Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? I'm here. I'm back. I'm ready to go. Our Hornets and our Pels. Okay, Hazy said we fulfilled the prophecy. 18-1. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so I'm back. I'm back. There we go. There we go. Just as the weather is bad in Charlotte, though. So that's not going to come up here. So I got to go over to the multi-chat. All right. I'm going to leave it there. CEO King. What's up, CEO King? Pacers versus Houston tomorrow? I don't want to do a Pacers versus Houston game, brother. Pacers have 13 wins on the season. Now, that might be a good game. It might end up being a decent game. But I'm not looking forward to it. Looks good and sound good. Appreciate you, Just That. Appreciate you. Good, good, good. Mic check, mic check. Keenar, what's up, Keenar? Much better to pay attention to hoops when our Knicks are winning. Yep. I was definitely down in the dumps when the Knicks were tanking the season. Whatever happened during that stretch. Change our scoreboard so we're nice and ready to go. When the game comes back on, we should be tipping off in about 2 or 3 minutes here. We are doing the Thunder versus Nuggets. Go down here. There we go. There we go. So Fleas, what's up, Fleas? Let's get them legs going. Got to start back over from nothing. Mark said, great win. We've had off all week, last week, and tomorrow. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Schedule back in favor of the Knicks, although they do have the second night of a back-to-back against the Denver. That game. So that's going to be a tough one. But the first one is Washington. So if they can take care of business against Washington, go in against Denver, decently rested, should be all right. Should be all right. Delano said, mad we lost to them. Mad we lost to the Rockets. Let me put it in the chat before I forget. Let's do that first. I'm going to start a poll. Tomorrow's game. That Benedict Arnold and Isaiah Hartenstein's in the starting lineup. Rooting for his failure here tonight. Hope Jokic makes him look silly. It's either going to come down to Timberwolves, Grizzlies. Or it's going to come down to 76ers versus Clippers. Clippers, but this is a late game. I'm going to put in parentheses here, late game. Grizz versus T-Wolves too. I'm also becoming a Payne Watson fan. Payne Watson's good. Payne Watson's good. I liked him coming out of the draft. I didn't love him. I just liked him. I can't take credit for, I knew Payne Watson was really good. No, I liked him, but I didn't love him. I just liked him. Saw his tape and was like, oh, yeah, he's good. He's good. Definitely worth a player worth taking a risk on. All right, I'm going to start the poll. Remember that the 76ers versus Clippers game is a late game that has a 10 p.m. start time here in the East Coast. So, if that affects the way you vote, so be it. But we will watch the ending. We'll be able to watch the ending of every game here tonight. They're doing their player introductions. The starting lineup is Jalen Pickett, Jamal Murray, Spencer Jones, Payne Watson, and Nikola Jokic, of course. James Sumler, what's up, James? Here for the support. Appreciate you, James. Appreciate you. Just that said, Wolves are a show off themselves recently. So they should win the voting. You guys know how I feel about late games. Late games are tough. Games are always tough. Clippers with a 9-point lead over the Suns. Not great. Not great, Phoenix. Pull that one out. And then you have the Magic against the Spurs. First time All-Star Jamal Murray, by the way. Getting a nice introduction here at home in Denver. Gotta feel good. Gotta have a great game here tonight, Jamal Murray. Gots to. You have the Cavs taking on the Blazers. The Blazers have rallied back. It's now a 7-point game. Still can't do math. 7-point game, 33-26. Spurs with an 11-point lead over the Magic. If the Magic could take another loss, that'd be great. I appreciate that. Let's look at the standings real quick. We're getting ready for the tip-off here, but not all the way there. Knicks, stay alive. Tough matchup tonight, but the Pistons won, the Celtics won, so the Knicks had no choice but to win. And they did. They pulled it off. Still tied with the Boston Celtics at 31-18 here tonight. Pistons still an incredible 36-12. But they got a couple of tough games coming up. They got Celtics games. They got Knicks games. So Knicks have to take advantage of this moment and try to climb back into the race for that 1 seed, man. Chef, what's up, Chef? Like and subscribe, people. Appreciate you, Chef. Appreciate you, man. I said 31-12-5. What was that, Lucas stat line? Oh, Jokic with 31-12 in 24 minutes the other day. Yeah, just a measly 31-12-5. That's it. Nothing too spectacular. Nothing that stood out, right? Nothing out of the ordinary for Yoke. All right, let's go to Gamecast. Get that up, situated here. Getting ready for the tip-off. Here we go. We'll pull this up. This can go because we already went through it. And here we go. OKC wins the tip, and we are off and running. Game number 2, here we go. Hartenstein up top being guarded by Jokic. Lobs it over the top to Holmgren. A terrible pass from Hartenstein. You love to see it. And now here comes Payne Watson. Hit ahead to Murray. Murray up top, dancing with it. Bullet pass inside the Watson. Goes up, gets blocked from behind by SGA. And then saved by Wallace into SGA, who was laying on the floor. What a save. Wallace back up top to SGA being guarded by Watson. Dancing with it, coming to his left up the Hartenstein screen. Driving it down past Jokic off the screen. They leave it up top to Kayson Wallace. A wide open left wing 3 up the catch. Got it to go for Kayson Wallace. A great start for Wallace here tonight. My goodness. My goodness. And I hate that NBC has this flipped. So I have Denver with their secondary color like burgundy and OKC with their primary in blue. And they have it flipped. They have OKC in orange and Denver in blue. Don't love that. Don't love that. Beautiful pass from Jamal Murray inside to Jalen Pickett for the easy layup. Under 11 to go. Oda Austin, what's up, Oda? Drolano, what's up, Drolano? They kick it out. Holmgren lines up a long 3 straight away. Can't get it to go. Pickett chases down the long rebound. Hit ahead to Watson. Watson will bring it down. Walk into a pull-up 3. Hesitates. Now puts it up. In and out. Can't get it to stay. Hartenstein with the rebound. Bringing it down the other way. Did I mean to rhyme that? I didn't, but it did. Here comes Hartenstein bringing it down. Hands it off to Holmgren. Holmgren dancing around the screen. Now coming to his left, hesitates, kicks it over to Wallace. Wallace being guarded by Watson, coming to his right. Jones picks him up. They get it back to Holmgren, being guarded by Watson. Holmgren backing him down. Fall away. Midi. Can't get it to go. Hartenstein, as Jokic mistimed his jump. He's pointing to the ref saying he's grabbing my jersey, holding on to my jersey. But Hartenstein able to out-jump Jokic today to tip it up and in. Not a difficult thing to do to out-jump Jokic, I'll tell you that. Murray down the lane, fall away Midi. Got it to go. Murray's first shot up and in. The new All-Star, Jamal Murray. All-Star him, man. All-Star him. SGA dancing with it. Pickett forced to pick up SGA here. Cross-court pass. Kayson Wallace, a left corner 3. Got it to go. Back-to-back 3s for Kayson Wallace to start the game. And it's 8-4. 9:30 to go here. Jamal Murray bringing it down. Crossing over to his left off the Jokic screen. He's got Lou Dort on him. Now he has him in the post. Backing him down. Backing him down. Stop. Pump fake. Pivot. Baseline floater. Caught it to go. Contact and all. Flipped it up there. Lou Dort almost got the block. It didn't matter. Contact and all, and he got the floater to go along the baseline. SGA along the baseline himself. Pull-up jumper. Got it to go himself. And he's looking for the foul call the same way Murray was. Both of these teams Shot making unreal right now to start the game. Jokic coming to his left off the Murray screen. Spins, kicks it out to Murray. He's being guarded by Hartenstein. Murray, pass fake. Walking into the left here. He's being guarded by Hartenstein. They swing it around. Watson, a right wing three. Peyton Watson, nothing but net. The confidence sky high right now for Peyton Watson. What a huge development for Denver. A very much needed development for Denver. SGA on the right wing, picked up by Spencer Jones on a switch, leans in, step back, swings it out. Lou Dort lines up the three over Jalen Pickett, and he gets it to go. And again, the shot making for both of these teams right now. Back and forth they go like a pendulum swinging in the air. 13-9, 8:30 to go. Jokic has it up top, being guarded by Hartenstein, coming to his right, hands it off to Pickett. Pickett dancing around the Jokic screen, crossing over to his right, hesitates, swings it out, extra pass, Murray wide open left wing three. Too strong, can't get it to go. Chet Holmgren with the long rebound on the weak side, and now Holmgren will bring it down. Has it on the left wing, picked up by Jones. Dancing with it, crosses over, swings it out to Hartenstein, up top to SGA. SGA being guarded by Pickett, coming to his right off the Hartenstein screen. In the mid-range, stops, pulls it out. SGA still dancing with it, now going to isolate against Pickett. Swings it out to Holmgren. Holmgren being guarded by Jones. Rhythm dribble, crosses over to his right. Half spin, stop, fall away. Tough, contested, and a foul. Spencer Jones all over him, slapping him on the arm. And it's going to send him to the foul line for 2 free throws. So Holmgren's going to the foul line for 2 free throws here. 13-9 to start the game. Under 8 to go here. Back and forth affair. Both these teams just making shot after shot after shot, going at each other. Holmgren knocks down the first free throw. Got another one coming. Blow my nose real quick. And Holmgren goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. 15-9 here. OKC outdueling Denver's offense so far. They get it in the Jokic. Jokic yet to take a shot here tonight. They hit Peyton Watson, come down the middle of the lane, and he throws it down over Holmgren. Where's my foul call? Poster all over Chet Holmgren right there for Peyton Watson, and he's got 5 quick points. SGA crosses over to his right in the mid-range, stops, dancing with it against Watson. Down the lane, one-legged fall-away jumper, got it to go for SGA. Starting to cook here. Isolating, getting it to go down. But that got the crowd up on their feet. Let's see if they can energize the Nuggets players here. They hand it off to Murray. Murray dances with it around the Jokic screen. In the mid-range, stops, pulls it out, pump fake, steps through, scoop layup high. Can't get it to go, but that's because he was fouled, and he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. I forgot to restart the timer, but 7 minutes to go here. That's got to be a foul on Holmgren, man. I don't know how you don't call a foul like that on Holmgren. Absolutely don't know at all. The Flea, Slenderman Chet needs a steak and potatoes as Murray misses a free throw. Murray, the Nuggets were playing the Denver Nuggets. I mean, the Detroit Pistons. No Jokic yet. And Murray, the Nuggets were down by 3. Murray gets fouled on a 3-point attempt, steps to the foul line, misses a free throw. Misses one of the 3. Makes the next 2, so it's a 1-point game. Detroit comes down, they foul them, they knock down both of their free throws. They come down again. Murray gets fouled on a 3 again. Steps to the foul line, misses another free throw. They end up losing the game, even though Murray had 2 chances at the line to pull that one in. This time he splits the free throws at 17-12. Under 7 to go, approaching the halfway point already. Holmgren gets it over to Hartenstein. Hartenstein up top. Hands it off to Aaron Wiggins, who's just checked in. Wiggins pulls it out, swings it out to Holmgren up top, pump fake, swings through to his right down the lane, kicks it back out to Wiggins. Wiggins pump fakes, driving to his left, down the lane, throws up a tough floater, got it to go down just as the shot clock expired. And again, the shot making from both of these teams, but in particular the OKC Thunder here tonight has been fantastic. And they are a tough team to keep up with. If the offense is going, it is tough to keep up with them. They get it over to Jokic, being guarded by Hartenstein, swings through to his left, leaves it off for Watson, gets caught in the air, leaves it off for a wide-open Jamal Murray, can't line up the 3, Jokic keeping the rebound alive, keeps it to himself, they kick it out to Pickett, pass fake, driving to his left, leans in, steps back, got nowhere to go, kicks it out to Watson. Watson being guarded by Holmgren, shot clock winding down, so he's going to isolate, dance with him, come here and dance with me, and he throws up almost an air ball, careens off the side of the rim. Jalen Pickett able to save it, but right over to Kason Wallace, bringing it down the other way. Kason Wallace on the right wing, leaves it off for Harnstein up top. Harnstein dribbling it down, foul line floater, comes up well short. Love to see that. And the rebound careens all the way out to Jamal Murray. He'll walk it down back the other way. It's still 19-12, under 6 to go here. Why did my timer stop? Stop stopping, timer. Jokic tries to hit it in the corner to Spencer Jones. A bad pass from Jokic gets picked off, and then a kick ball on Jalen Pickett as Aaron Wiggins tried to thread the needle. So the ball will stay here with the Thunder. It'll be side out of bounds. But before that, we get a full Denver timeout here, y'all. Darnell, what's up, Darnell? Drolano said, we turned Murray into a flurry. I don't even know what that means. We turned Murray into a flurry? What does that mean, brother? Trapped in the 90s, my man. What's up, brother? We are under 6 minutes to go, 5:42 exactly, so we'll let our timer tick down so we can sync it up properly. The Flea Slenderman Chet needs a steak and potatoes. Honestly, if Chet Holmgren can just strengthen his core and his legs, all he's going to really need. I think people, and his chest, right? I think people focus way too much on the arms. Like, obviously, you want to be stronger, but I don't think he needs to get necessarily bigger. But, you know, his NBA career has been just fine without those things so far. 5:42 to go. About a second off. 5:42 to go here. So far, pretty helter-skelter for the Nuggets, although they are making it work. They're moving the ball around excellently. Again, generating some good open looks. Murray's missed 2 wide-open threes. You have to expect he'll start knocking some shots down as this game goes on. And Jokic, I don't think, is taking a shot. He has not taken a shot. He has 1 rebound and 2 assists so far. Jalen Pickett, 2 points. Jamal Murray, 5. Peyton Watson, 5. Jokic hasn't taken a shot. Spencer Jones hasn't taken a shot. So, as this game goes on, expect, obviously, Jokic to get involved a little bit more here. Keenan Hart said, I would like to see him stouter, too. Remembers Kareem was kind of a stick. Yeah. And Kareem never packed on a ton of weight, right? He obviously got stronger, filled out a little bit more. But, you know, he really, and that came with the skyhook, right? People think, like, how come this guy doesn't do the skyhook? How come that guy doesn't try doing the skyhook, right? Like, why doesn't Wemby try doing the skyhook? It takes an immense amount of core strength and balance in order to pull off a skyhook consistently in an NBA game with all the contact and movement. It's a very difficult move to pull off consistently. And you obviously need a very soft touch. But, you know, part of the reason why I think NBA players, it's so difficult for them to learn it growing up is because you need a ton of core strength in order to pull off consistently. To stay on balance off of one leg with your back turn, spinning and coming out. Like, the balance itself is difficult, but it also comes with a ton of core strength as well. And I think that's why young kids don't grow up trying to shoot the sky hook. It's just an incredibly difficult shot to do. Consistently in an NBA game, like in an empty gym, not that difficult. But an NBA game with a player pushing on you in the post and trying to knock you off balance, like that's all post-battling work is just trying to make the offensive player off balance. Leaning on them, pushing on them, forearm in your back. To stay on balance, to spin and throw up a sky hook with either hand, brother, that's difficult. That's difficult. But, yeah. Kareem was a stick, but he knew exactly what he needed to do, right? Kareem was the pioneer in all of the yoga stuff and the stretching and making sure his body was loose, and that's part of the reason he was able to do it. All right, here we go. Coming back in. OKC will inbound it. They get it into Wiggins. Wiggins coming to his right off a double screen. They swing it out to J. Will. J. Will up top, who subbed in for Harnstein. They swing it over to Holmgren. Holmgren in the mid-range being guarded by Spencer Jones. He steps back for a straightaway 3, comes up short. Tim Hardaway Jr., who's just subbed in, snags the rebound. And Peyton Watson leaves it off for Murray. Murray calling out a set. 19-12 here, 5:20 to go. Murray gets it over to Jokic. Jokic up top, high post, being guarded by J. Will. Putting him in the post, backing him down. Flips it up with the right hand. Got it to go. Jokic's first shot, first 2 points. 19-14, 5 minutes to go. No SGA. Obviously, Denver's going to look to take advantage of these moments. No SGA. J-Dub not playing here tonight. They swing it out to J. Will. Hands it off to Wallace. They go under the screen, so Wallace will step back and shoot it. Can't get it to go. Long rebound out to J. Will. They get it back to J. Will. Straightaway 3, trying to reward himself. They can't get the 3 to go down. Peyton Watson with the rebound. Quick outlet to Murray. Now over to Hardaway. Sets his feet and fires. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. And Jokic and J. Will get tangled up in the backcourt. No foul call for either player. There's a lot of pushing and shoving, tying themselves up. You know how it goes. Aaron Wiggins manipulates into the mid-range, pulls it out as Jokic switched on to him. He's going to settle for the pull-up three. Got it to go. Nothing but net. Bad defense from Jokic there, daring him to shoot it. Wiggins could absolutely knock that down even off the dribble. 22-14, an 8-point lead for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Murray gets it over to Jokic. Jokic spins off of J. Will down the lane. Flips a behind-the-back pass out to Spencer Jones. Wide open corner three. Splashed it. Nothing but net. Throw that pass up on the Sports Center, will you? Definitely going on the top 10 right there. Jokic spinning into the lane and then flipping it behind his head out to a wide open Spencer Jones. Kason Wallace pump fakes, steps through down the lane, blows the layup, but does draw the foul on Jamal Murray, so he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws with just under 4 minutes to go here. Keenan Hart said, if you can get to the rim and dunk it consistently, it's a way better shot than the sky hook, which Kareem hit 57%, and he was by far the best at it ever. One of the few who actually even practiced it, or even attempted to practice it. Yeah. Also, dunking it consistently, yes. That is the highest percentage shot in the NBA is a dunk. Wallace knocks down the first free throw. Got another one coming. Wallace, their leading scorer so far here tonight. He's knocked down 2 threes. Now he's at the foul line with the 7 points. He's got one more free throw coming. Isaiah Joe subs into the game. Kenrich Williams subs into the game. Jonas Valanciunas comes in for Jokic for the Nuggets here. As Kason Wallace goes 2 for 2 from the foul line, puts him up to 8 points, gives the Denver Nuggets a 7-point lead here. Murray remains in the game. We're under 4 to go. Murray gets it over to Watson. Middle of the lane, pull-up jumper. Got it to go. Payne Watson up to 7 himself. He's open here tonight. Thunder bringing it down. They get it over to Kenrich Williams. Blows past Valanciunas to the rim. Takes a ton of contact. J. Will on the opposite side with the rebound, though. They kick it out. Straightaway 3 for Wiggins. Comes up short. Battle on the glass. Battle on the glass. Battle on the glass. Spencer Jones picks up the loose ball. Saves it right to Kenrich Williams. Draws the foul. And the one for Kenrich Williams as he flips it up and in. Not a good play for the Denver Nuggets. Battling on the glass. Couple of missed tip-ins by the Thunder, gave the Nuggets an opportunity there to walk away scotch-free, but Spencer Jones gets knocked off balance, tries to save it to Valanciunas. It goes right to Kenrich Williams, and then he knocks down the layup with a foul on Valanciunas. He's going to step to the foul line for one more, trying to give them the 8-point lead. Not a great play for Spencer Jones there. I know he was falling down, but you can't just throw it away under your own basket like that, big dog. I know, where do you throw it to if you're falling out and you see your teammate there, but Kenrich Williams standing in between you? But you gotta throw that low to the ground or something, or you gotta fall down with it and try to hope you're not gonna fall out of bounds. I don't know. Obviously, a lot to process in the 0.5 seconds it's gonna take for you to realize you're off bounds, fall to the floor to make a decision with, right? Kenrich Williams knocks down his and one free throw, and it is a 27-19 point lead, 8-point differential here. Murray bringing it down against Kason Wallace, applying some full court pressure. Murray coming to his right off the Valanciunas screen. Steps back, pass fake, lobs it over the top to Valanciunas. Valanciunas sprays it out. Payne Watson, wide open right corner 3, and Payne Watson getting it going here tonight. 11 quick points for Watson to start the game. And he's staring down the crowd. He is fired up and ready to go here tonight. 3:05 exactly to go. Doug Fresh, what's up, Doug? Payne Watson, the game's leading scorer, up to 11 now. Big time stuff for Payne Watson. It's only a 5-point game, despite the fact that I don't think Denver's played that well offensively. OKC, and I think OKC's played spectacularly offensively so far to start the game. I mean, if we go to the team stats overall, we could take a look at where they stand overall. As the Clippers have opened that game up, they're up by 14 now into the third. Not looking good for the Suns here. Devin Booker still remains out. You got Magic Spurs. That's now locked into a tight one as the Magic have come roaring back to take a 3-point lead over the Spurs. Spurs had a tough loss the other day to the Charlotte Hornets, the red-hot Charlotte Hornets. 2 hottest teams in the NBA, by the way. New York Knicks, Charlotte Hornets. Before I say that, let's check the standings. Make sure I'm correct on that. Who has the longest win streak? New York with 6. In the East, tied with the Hornets, like I said. And then in the West, it's still the Knicks and the Hornets. 2 hottest teams in the league. Knicks and the Hornets, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love to see that. Second is Minnesota with a 4-game winning streak. But if we go to the league standings, the New York Knicks now sit 5th best record in the, sixth best record in the NBA, tied for the 5th best record with the Houston Rockets, and not too far off from the 3rd best record of the Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets missing as many players they've missed so far this year and still sitting with the 3rd best record in the NBA is mind-boggling. That is crazy stuff right there. They are 33-16, and Jokic missed about 3 weeks. He missed like 11 games. Wow, that's impressive right there. Now that's impressive. Imagine Karl-Anthony Towns missed 3 weeks of basketball, and the Knicks were still sitting in this position. Could not fathom it. Could not fathom it. Suns Jen said, Suns look terrible. I mean, you were bound for a loss, right? You won 3 in a row. You had some really tough victories. You beat the Pistons. You beat the Cavs. Bound for a loss at some point, right? Schedule has not been too kind for you in terms of the competition you've been forced to play. Bound for a loss, right? Like the Knicks are going to end up losing during the 6-game winning streak. They're going to end up losing one of these games. They got the Pistons, they got the Nuggets, and they have the Celtics coming up. So they're going to lose one of those 3 games. Hopefully they go 1-2, or they go 2-1 during that stretch. But hopefully they go 2-1 in that stretch. But 1-2 is going to be tough if it happens. Wilson said Nuggets are a deep team this year. Big reason they can withstand some injuries. I mean, look, we could say that, but no one would have guessed missing 4 of their 5 starters that they would have been able to keep up this run here. 4 of their 5 starters, guys. 4 of their 5 starters. Imagine that. Imagine Brunson, Anunoby, Bridges, and Josh Hart went out with injury. And Karl-Anthony Towns was the only guy, their 2nd best player, right? Jamal Murray, their 2nd best player, was the only guy available. Where would the Knicks be? Where would the Knicks be? They would be like 1-9. 1-9 in a 10-game stretch, man. If that, maybe. That's just incredibly impressive to me. The most impressive thing to happen this year to me, in my opinion, is the Nuggets finding ways to win. Jamal Murray being an all-star, Tim Hardaway Jr. stepping up, Valanciunas. They also lost Valanciunas, by the way. They also lost Valanciunas. It was like the Knicks losing Mitch at that point. Jay Will hits Isaiah Joe, come back door. They swing it out to Kenrich Williams. Kenrich Williams along the baseline, up top to Jay Will. They spring it over to Kason Wallace. Another open corner 3. In and out halfway down, but he can't get it to stay. Kenrich Williams with the offensive rebound. They swing it out to Isaiah Joe, a right corner 3. He comes up short on that one. Long rebound. Kason Wallace knocks it over to Joe, another 3. He can't get it to go. Flying in for a tip dunk for Aaron Wiggins. He can't get it to go either. How many attempts for the Thunder? They can't get it to go. And then on the other end, Murray down the lane, turns it over, trying to hit Payne Watson, cutting down the middle of the lane. It's a 5-on-4 as Watson goes under the basket, and Kenrich Williams, a wide open straightaway 3. He comes up short. Valanciunas battling on the glass, and a loose ball foul on Valanciunas and the Nuggets, and he can't believe it. And the Nuggets are really struggling to even just rebound the ball right now, getting murdered on shot attempts as Valanciunas cannot clean up the glass, and nobody helping him down low. It's Valanciunas or nothing, as Peyton Watson was also down the other way. You got to get up and get back on defense, brother. Sons Jen said, Brooks is legit. I mean, I've been witness. I for sure have been witness. SGA down the lane, step back, pump fake, steps through, scoop blade with the left hand high off glass, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound, they can grab it, but then Julian Strawther jumped the passing lane. He just subbed in and comes up with the steal. Finally, they can't grab a rebound, but at least Strawther got the steal to end that possession there for the Thunder. A pull-up 3 for Hardaway, a terrible shot, and he can't get it to go. And here comes SGA bringing it down the other way. Watson will pick him up. SGA coming to his right of the screen. Strawther switches onto him. SGA to the baseline, pump fake, draws the foul, off the nice pump fake. You're paying Watson there, man. You can't go. I know SGA's got a great pump fake, man, but you can't go flying on that one. 1:41 exactly to go here in this first quarter. Milano said, who do you think is the most important player or players for my Pistons? Cunningham is obviously 1. Duran is 2. You're 2 All-Stars. That makes sense, right? 1 and 2. Duncan Robinson might be 3. Stewart is 4. Thompson 5. That'd be my top 5 right there of importance. Robinson is incredibly important because he's one of their only reliable 3-point shooters. Incredibly important. SGA knocked down both free throws, 29-22. Brown hands it off to Strawther. Strawther coming to his right after Valanciunas, hand off to the basket. Scoop layup, can't get it to go, but Valanciunas right there for the two-handed putback. A Kobe assist for Julian Strawther. Got it up on the glass. Valanciunas was able to get the finish. Here comes Aaron Wiggins bringing it down the other way. He has it on the right wing, being guarded by Strawther. Wiggins dancing with it, coming to his left, has it up top to get over to SGA. SGA being guarded by Strawther. Jab step, swings through to his right, down the lane, takes the bump, kicks it out. J. Will wide open, right corner three, got it to go. And still an 8-point lead for the Thunder. I will say, I think this has been a pretty bad offensive quarter for the Nuggets here, especially in terms of shot making. They've gotten some decent looks, but they have not been able to knock anything down. And then a foul on J. Will reaching in on the Valanciunas handoff. Suns just said, really happy for what the Pistons have been able to do. I love majority of the Pistons players that have been drafted. I loved Cunningham coming out of the draft. Loved him in high school. After I saw his tape once and was like, oh, that kid's special. And then followed him to Oklahoma State and was like, yep, still special. Obviously, he was the first overall pick, and he was the #1 player in his draft class, so in the high school class. So it's not like I was finding a hidden gem or anything. Hardaway gets fouled after he picked up an offensive rebound after his own missed floater. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 because they're in the bonus. But I loved Cunningham coming out of college. I think some people were skeptical if he could be like a franchise-altering guy. I was not one of those people at all. I love Jalen Duren coming out of Memphis. I was not a big fan of the Thompson twins, though, I will say. Who else did they draft? Loved Ivy coming out of Purdue. Loved Ivy. Wanted my Knicks to trade up for Ivy. Thank goodness they didn't. Not because Ivy's bad, but would have been a bad use of assets to trade up for Ivy. Hardaway knocks down both free throws. Needed them. Needed those points. It's a 6-point game. 45 seconds to go. SGA bringing it down against Watson. Drolano said, Cade needs to start dropping 40s and 50s on y'all. Not his kind of game, brother. Crossover from Wiggins. Inside. Gets blocked from behind by Tim Hardaway Jr. He's going to bring it down the other way. And the clock stopped. Why did the clock stop? All right, now it picks back up. 24 seconds to go. Hardaway dancing around a Valanciunas screen. Coming to his left. Steps back. Mid-range fall-away jumper. Not a great shot. Can't get it to go. J. Will with the rebound. Here comes SGA. They'll hold it for the final shot of the quarter here. 12 seconds to go now. SGA being guarded by Watson. Crosses over to his right. Stopping, spinning, loses the handle. Watson dives on it. Saves it out to Hardaway. SGA steals it back. Spins, swings it out. Wiggins a 3 over Watson. Doesn't get it off in time, and that will be the end of the first quarter. 32-26. I think Denver is... I think they are grateful to end that first quarter only down by 6 points. I thought OKC played a really good offensive first quarter there, especially their starters. Whereas I don't think Denver played a particularly good offensive first quarter there. And Denver is one of the best offenses in the NBA, if not the best offense in the NBA, especially with Jokic back in. And I know they're still down 3 starters, but still. And I thought Denver was disastrous rebounding the ball once Jokic subbed out and Valanciunas subbed in. Milano said, y'all can get Sasser, and please take Ivy and give us Big Cat. Nah, brother, nah, that's not how that's going to work. Suns Gen said, really happy for what the Pistons have been able to do. Me too. Unloaded Monty and still rising. They had to get rid of Monty. Monty was sinking that team, man. They should have fired him in the midst of that 27-game losing streak. They should have just look, man, if you don't want to be here, you can go. You can go. Delano said maybe Javonte Green. I wouldn't mind Javonte Green, but obviously you're going to have to take like Yabusele, and that's it, brother. That's all you're getting. That's all you're getting. We'll give you Yabusele, and you can give us Marcus Sasser and Javonte Green. We'll take that. How about that? How about that? Shake on it. Shake on it, brother. How about that deal? He said, would y'all do it for a Scooby snack? No, sir. No, sir. We all about business over here. We get Sasser and Javonte Green, and you get Gershon Yabusele. How about that? You want Clarkson? We'll give you Clarkson, too. We'll give you Clarkson for Sasser and Yabusele for Javonte Green. How about that? We can make that swap. The Flea said, Yabu and some chips. That's it. We can't send Yabu with some chips, man. He's going to eat the chips on the way there. Can't do that. Can't do that. So only 10 points for Watson. Did they change one of his threes to a twos? I thought he had 11 on his last made three. Either way. Peyton Watson with 10 points, Valanciunas with only 2, Hardaway with 2. Again, they survived the non-Jokic Murray minutes there to end the quarter. They had almost nothing going on for them, both offensively and defensively, and yet they survived. It's a 6-point game. To me, that's a win. SGA's 2 for 3, does have 4 assists, and they did knock down a bunch of threes. I was going to check here the Clippers are going to take down the Suns here. They're up 18 now. Magic and Spurs at halftime, 1-point game. Cavs, Blazers, Cavs with a 9-point lead here. And then, obviously, the last game of the night here is Thunder Nuggets, going into the second quarter now. But what I did want to check was the team stats. See how many threes they made so far. They are a perfect 7% from the foul line. They're winning the free throw battle so far. 7 attempts to 4 attempts, and they're 7 for 7 so far. But also winning the three-point battle, 5 of 14. They are jacking up a bunch of threes, which might not work in the long run for them because they're not a great three-point shooting team by percentage. And then I get to 3 for 8, and they've had wide open looks on a bunch of those. So we'll see if this pays off for them in the long run here. Here we go. We're back into it. Bruce Brown has it up top to get it over to Valanciunas. Going to back down J. Will. Back him down low, flips it up with the scoop hook. Can't get it to go, but Bruce Brown with the offensive rebound, and he gets fouled going up, so he's going to go to the foul line for two free throws. He can knock it to a 4-point game. Rolano said that's the French dude that dunked on LeBron, right? Yeah, it is. He looked just like Ben Wallace, of course. We'll take him. Perfect. Send us Javonte Green. We'll take it 10 times out of 10, brother. Shake on it. Can't go back. Once you agree. Bruce Brown misses a free throw, and you can't be missing free throws, brother. You can't be missing free throws. Brown does at least knock down the second free throw. So it's 32-27, a 5-point game. Kenrich Williams up top, being guarded by Brown. Swings it over to SGA. SGA inside to J. Will. No look pass to nobody, and they turn it over. Here comes Hardaway. It had the Brown. Kenrich Williams jumped the passing lane and got the steal right back. Over to J. Will, shoves it back to Kenrich Williams, who gets the scoop layup to go. And the Nuggets throwing away a really good opportunity there after coming up with the turnover. And now here comes Bruce Brown bringing it down the other way. 6 turnovers for the Nuggets so far here tonight, and only 4 for the Thunder. Bruce Brown crosses over to his right down the lane, stops, spins, takes it over to Hardaway. They lob it down low to Valanciunas. A terrible lob pass from Hardaway, and Valanciunas has to step out to the 3-point line to grab it. He chucks up a 3, and he gets it to go down. Jonas Valanciunas had to catch it up at the 3-point line from the bad pass from Hardaway, and he just set his feet, and he said, why not, brother? And he knocked it down. They swing it out to Joe, and they run him off the off the 3-point line, but he gets fouled by Bruce Brown. They get it into Wiggins. Wiggins dancing with it. They get over to SGA. SGA swings through to his left. Down the lane, they kick it out. Isaiah Joe, wide open right wing 3. Spencer Jones trying to get out there, but not quick enough. And Isaiah Joe knocks down the open 3. Gets those 3 points right back. Lead back up to 7 for the Thunder here, 37-30. 10:30 to go here in the second. Bruce Brown up top, coming to his left, playing a pick-and-roll game with Valanciunas, dancing around it. Now coming to his right. Stops, turns, pivots, spins, puts up the floater, comes up short. Valanciunas had the rebound, but knocked out of his hands by Joe. Now here comes SGA, quickly pushing the other way. Quick crossover to his left, down the lane, spins back to his right. Up and under for him. Can't get it to go, but he does draw the foul on Spencer Jones, who tried to come over late there on the help side. Going to send him to the foul line for 2 free throws. 5 assists already for SGA here tonight. So much attention being drawn. SGA does miss a free throw, though. You rarely see it. You rarely see the missed free throw. SGA does knock down the second free throw, though. 38-30. Bruce Brown bringing it down. Gets it over to Valanciunas. Valanciunas up top. Hands it off to Strawther. Strawther coming to his right, down the lane, throws up the floater. Got it to go for Strawther. Got it to go for Strawther. SGA spins in the lane, lefty layup, got the finger roll layup to go off the spin. I think it's an 8-point game, right? So it's not a great situation for Denver to be in, but I think the longer they can go surviving the non-Jokic Murray minutes, neither of the guys out there, usually you want at least one of them out there, and they're surviving it right now. Denver has done this a lot this season where they just survive these minutes. Valanciunas, a mid-range jumper, comes up short, can't get it to go. And doing it tonight here against the Thunder, very impressive. Here comes SGA bringing it down, has it on the right wing, up top, crosses over to his right, stops, turns, they show double team, they kick it out. Kenrich Williams, a wide open three, they leave him open, daring him to shoot. He obliges and he can't get it to go. Here comes Strawther off the rebound, still an 8-point game, 40-32, 9-11 to go. Strawther down the lane, gets stripped out of bounds, and it's going to stay here with Denver. Oh, there was no call. So the ref's unsure of who last touches, so they're going to force him to jump it up. It was out of bounds off of Strawther, technically. SGA knocked it loose, but Strawther the last to touch it, technically. 40-32 here, 9 minutes to go, and the Thunder win the tip, so it ends up being a turnover on the Nuggets there. SGA up top, coming to his left, in and out dribble, dancing with it. Quick crossover, still keeping it alive, being guarded by Bruce Brown on a switch, dancing with it, pulls it back, coming to his left, mid-range pull-up jumper, a lot of contact, does not matter. Bruce Brown all in his jersey, and a 10-point lead for the Thunder has been built up. I mean, I've been talking about surviving these minutes over and over and over again, and now you're at 8:50 to go here in the second, and neither Murray nor Jokic have yet to return to this game. I assume one of them, if not both of them, will be back in this game. Delano said Clippers banging the Suns right now by 20. I mean, that's not too bad. That's a regular blowout. That's not a spanking, in my opinion. (103-86), 5:30 to go. Magic Spurs still at halftime. Cavs Thunder still just coming out of halftime here. And then obviously our Thunder Nuggets coverage here tonight is the last game of the night, the latest one to start. So we will see the completion of all three of these games and thus see the completion of the entire slate here tonight. Normally we don't go this late, but special occasion, why not? Good game here on. Sun Jen said guys out there looking like their first day. They just turning the ball all over the place. Are they playing bad or are the Clippers playing very good? Or is it a both? And Kawhi's got 25. No James Harden. No James Harden, you still lose by 20. Well, they got it down to 15. Game's not over yet. 5 minutes to go, 15-point deficit. Not impossible. Not impossible. 16 rebounds for Zubac. My goodness. 17 rebounds for Zubac. My goodness. Getting dominated on the boards, though. Gillespie slumping. Let's look at the box score. 4 for 6 for Dylan Brooks from 3, but he can't get anything inside the arc. He's 4 for 16. So he's 2 for 13 in 2-point range. Now 2 for 14 now. My goodness. Oh, 3 for 14. He knocked one down. Okay. So he can knock down the 3, but he can't knock down his 2s tonight. I mean, I'm sure they're throwing Kawhi Leonard on him, so I would assume so. Grayson Allen, 7 for 21, has to take a lot of shots. 4 for 13 from 3, not great. I mean, Colin Gillespie, 4 for 10 from 3 is not bad. At least he's giving you some 3-point makes here. He is a minus 15, though. Ooh, my goodness. I'm just going to assume he is slumping, like you said. Off the bench, Isaiah Livers, minus 20. Iguodala, minus 17. Dunn, minus 10. So it looks like when you went to your bench unit, you just got smacked up a little bit. Jordan Goodwin, 12 points. 4 for 7 from 3. Again, 3-point shots from Jordan Goodwin. You're going to waste a good Jordan Goodwin game, huh? Jamari Bouye, only 7 minutes tonight. That's your problem. That's your problem. You got to get more Jamari Bouye in there. Shooting like 33%. Ooh. Eye test. He's been figured out. Ooh, really? Really? Interesting. I mean, that usually happens, right? So he came in out of nowhere. Nobody really knew what he was about, what his play style was. Shocks a lot of people. Teams adjust. They figure him out, like he said. Now it's time to find out, like, is he a flash in the pan or is he a legit NBA player? right? Because now that everyone is adjusted to your play style, now you need to adjust again, right? You need to adjust to the adjustment. Kinar said, I like Jamari Bouye. Brother, we covered a Suns game the other night. We were all over Jamari Bouye. He came to the game, made a huge impact. Our guy. We were calling him out all night. All right, here we go. We're checking back in. Suns Jen said, I love Bouye. Love that guy. His name is just great. And he's got a smooth game. Hopefully he sticks around in the NBA. Murray is back in, shoves it over to Valanciunas, gets blocked from behind by Jay Will, but he's able to recover it and lay it back up and in. Let's see if Jamal Murray can get them back into this one. 8:30 to go here in the second quarter. Jay Will gets it out to Kenrich Williams. Kenrich Williams directing traffic to get it over to SGA. And the Nuggets are in a 3-2 zone. They swing it out, a 3 for Isaiah Joe, and he rattles it in. I don't think this is a good idea with Isaiah Joe out there. He is a no-conscience shooter. He's going to let that thing fly. Murray bringing it down against Dort. Coming to his left, off the Valanciunas screen. Dancing around, a pull-up straightaway 3. Murray has been off today from 3. Had 2 wide open looks, missed them, and he misses that one right there. Rattles in and out, halfway down. SGA driving it down, leans in, step back. Baseline pull-up jumper gets fouled by Spencer Jones on a landing violation. Will send SGA to the foul line for 2 more free throws. And Denver in danger of falling behind big here. I said I've been trying to bet props on him for weeks. That's a crazy sentence, brother. A crazy sentence. That's hilarious. He's starting. Suns Jen, you could tell us. He's starting. I know they're dealing with a ton of injuries, but isn't he starting to be kind of a fixture of the rotation now? Even, a couple minutes here and there? Getting in there every game now? Trelano said Grayson Allen a dog. A little bit. SGA knocks down both free throws. It's now a 13-point lead for the Thunder here, 47-34, 7:45 to go. Murray has it up top, being guarded by Dort, who subbed back in. They get it down low to Valanciunas in the post, being guarded by Jay Will. Backing him down, leans in, pump fake, spins again, flips it over the right hand, got it to go, gave him all the move, Jonas Valanciunas there. Gave him all of the moves, lead back down to 11. SGA bringing it down. He has it up top, crosses over to his right, cross-court pass to Kenrich Williams, takes the baseline, gets caught under the rim and throws it to nobody. Ball back to the Nuggets. Get a nice stop, and now here comes Jokic. Jokic comes in. Holmgren back up off the bench. He's at the scores table. Suns Jen said the rotations have been different tonight for sure, and it looks gross. I'm sure Jordan Ross is just like searching for answers, right? I feel like that happens often. Lou Dort picks up an off-ball foul. 11-point lead for the Thunder here. And again, Denver oftentimes just kind of has to survive the non-Jokic, non-Murray minutes. They've done a phenomenal job of that. We pointed out how impressive it was that, down Jokic and 3 other starters, just Murray out there, were able to survive as many games as they did in totality. But obviously tonight here against the reigning champion Thunder, it's a bit of a different story. And Murray, beautiful manipulation, great hesitation to freeze Holmgren just enough to get the scoop layup past him. Lead back down to 9. Single-digit game. Under 7 to go, approaching the halfway point of the second quarter. If you can get this like a 5-point game going into halftime, I feel pretty good about our chances. But Isaiah Joe responds right back with a 3. Another one as they leave him open, trying to double SGA. Strawther on the right wing. 12-point lead for the Thunder yet again. Strawther leaves it off for Jokic. Jokic at the foul line. Back out to Strawther. Lines up a straightaway 3 looking for an answer. And he's got it. Anything you can do, I can do better offense. 6:30 to go here in the second quarter. Here comes Joe. Joe up top, coming to his left. They swing it out to Dort. Dort a left wing 3 over Jokic. And he responds with a 3 as well. It's really difficult to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder with how good they are defensively if their offense is clicking to this degree. These guys can miss from 3 here tonight. Joe's got it going, Dort's got it going, Wallace had it going early. Peyton Watson, mid-range pull-up jumper, he's also back in. The fact that they were out there with no Watson, no Murray, no Jokic, to me, David Adelman, what are you doing, brother? SGA, bump Euro, reverse layup, got it to go for SGA. Beautiful move as nobody really hustled back for the Denver Nuggets, and it's now down to up to a 14-point lead for the Oklahoma City Thunder here, 55-41. They get over to Jokic. Jokic High post right wing, backing down Holmgren. They swing it out to Strawther. Another 3 for Strawther. Another basket for Julian Strawther. Again, anything you can do, I can do better. Back down to 13. 55-44. 11-point game. 55-44, like I said. 5:30 to go. SGA up top being guarded by Watson. Shovels it down low to Williams. Williams gets it over to Holmgren. Spins. Layup. Got it to go for Chet Holmgren. And now here comes Murray, quickly trying to push it the other way. Murray crosses over. Some tricky handling. Good defense from the Thunder. They get it out to Jokic. Jokic coming to his left. Leaves it off for Murray. Murray pump fakes. Steps back. Left wing 3 from Murray. The 3-point shots are flowing for both sides. And it's back down to 10. And a timeout for the Thunder. As Murray just got his first 3 to go down. He's now 1 for 4 from 3-point range. Could be dangerous. Could spell dangerous for the Thunder. Last guy you want to get going is Jamal Murray after an 0 for 3 start from 3. Suns Gen said Kawhi is the real villain. He kind of is. Suns Gen said, yeah, nobody's saying the Suns are soft now. Nope. That is for sure the Dylan Brooks effect. Delano said, Shai's like the kid who would get bullied, but he knows karate, therefore he can never get his butt kicked unless you bring a weapon to the party. What, brother? What? SGA is up to 15 and 6 tonight, and he's 5 for 6 from the floor. He's getting to the foul line. He's knocking down his shots. He's getting to the rim. He's knocking down middies. He's swinging it out. They're trying to bring double teams. He's reading the double teams perfectly. And has led to a 10-point lead for the Thunder. I will say, yet again, as great as the Thunder have been tonight, the fact that they only have a 10-point lead might make me a little bit nervous come second half. I mean, there's still 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. But again, the team stats, look at the 3-point shooting overall. It's 36-34 in terms of shot attempts. The possession battle slightly favoring the Thunder, obviously, with 2 more attempts. But the amount of rebounds, offensive rebounds that they were able to grab with Jokic off the court to start the Valanciunas minutes was crazy. And the fact that this only led to 2 more shot attempts is, again, pretty crazy. 9 made threes for the Thunder for a team that's not a very good 3-point shooting team percentage-wise. So they're having an outlier offensive shooting night, while the Thunder are just having a regular shooting night. 7 for 13 from 3, maybe an outlier shooting night as well. I mean, they're shooting 54% from 3, so very good. But they're also generating good open looks as well. Thunder obviously leading in the free throw game, 11-6. They do that with SGA. They do that. 18 rebounds to 13 rebounds. 8 offensive rebounds to 5 offensive rebounds. I guess Denver's also battled back on the glass a little bit here as well. That's led to some nice putback situations and scoring opportunities for them. 11 assists to 11 assists, 7 steals to 4 steals, 2 blocks to 1 block, 5 turnovers to 7 turnovers. We'll dig deeper into the team stats come halftime and also at the box scores, but just really wanted to check out the 3-point shooting, 9 made to 7 made. For a Thunder team that's not a good 3-point shooting team overall. Matter of fact, we can look it up real quick. NBA team 3-point percentage leaders. Go to NBA.com, points per game, assists per game, field goal percentage, 3-pointers made, 3-pointer percentage. So 3-point percentage, Knicks are 3, by the way. Denver's number 1, and the Thunder are 15. So they're middle of the pack. And where's that number? All the way over here. Come on with the ads. I already have NBA League Pass. How are you advertising it to me? So Denver, as a team, shoots 40% from 3. Knicks 38. And OKC shoots only 36%. Only 36%. And they are shooting what? 47% so far. So, again, an outlier shooting game for the Thunder here. All right, here we go. We're back into it. SGA to the bench, and they're out there with Murray and Jokic, and this is when you need to take advantage. So they survived the Murray, Jokic, Watsonless minutes with SGA out there, and then Murray comes up with a steal, bad pass from Hartenstein. You love to see it. Murray to the other way. Layup, can't get it to go. Good defense from Hartenstein, and then knocked out of bounds by Peyton Watson. Hate to have to compliment Hartenstein, that Benedict Arnold. Here comes Aaron Wiggins bringing it down. 4:30 to go. They get it over to Holmgren. Holmgren up top, left wing, being guarded by Hardaway. That's not a good matchup, obviously. Holmgren with the size advantage. Just leans over him and knocks down the floater. Hardaway wanted an offensive foul, a little elbow there from Holmgren, but they're not going to give you that call. Here comes Murray bringing it down the other way. Murray has it up top, being guarded by Dort. They try to get it to Jokic. Ball gets knocked away by Hartenstein, but they call him with a foul. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. That Benedict Arnold out there hacking and whacking away. Get him out of the game. Get him out. I don't even want to look at his face. Hate that guy with a passion. I'll never not hate that guy. Never. Ever in my life. It's on site with Hartenstein. They get it into Jokic. Jokic being guarded by Hartenstein. Swings it out to nobody. A pretty rare, awful pass from Jokic. Clearly expecting his teammates to fade there or not cut. Not sure what Jokic was thinking his teammates were going to do because nobody was standing there. They get it over to Holmgren, right wing, up by the three-point line, still being guarded by Hardaway. And then Holmgren gets knocked to the floor, and Murray jumped the passing lane and knocks the ball out of bounds. Sons Jen said, me and Greg Anthony. You hate Greg Anthony the way I hate Hartenstein? I hate Hartenstein because he's a Benedict Arnold, a traitor, a true treacherous man. I'll root for his failure the remainder of his basketball playing career. Off the inbound, a beautiful play for the Thunder. Gets a wide open three for Isaiah Joe, one of their better three-point shooters, and he just can't knock down the open one. Murray has it on the left wing. They lob it down low to Jokic. Jokic being guarded by Hartenstein, and an offensive foul on Jokic. If Hartenstein drew the foul, flopping around like a fish out there, Hartenstein. Some slight contact. He snaps his head back. You hate to see it. Sons Jen said, I hate Greg Anthony's voice and my eyes narrow to a little lie. Yeah, I hate Hartenstein forever and always. It's on site with Hartenstein after what he did to my Knicks. Isaiah Joe down the lane, slips and falls. It's a steal. Hardaway the other way, draws the foul, can't get the layup, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. And it's a 12-point lead for the Thunder, 3:20 to go. If they can get this hovering around 5, going to halftime, I feel decent after a pretty lackluster first half offensively here. Jokic has still stuck on 2 points. Hasn't done much. Sons Jen said 92-93 Knicks rise into the core. Boo. Hey, brother, before my time. Hardaway misses yet another free throw. Got another one coming. You know, I said, you didn't realize it, Sheffy, but iHeart went to OKC for the acting lessons from SGA. He's learning well. He's learning well for sure. Hardaway missed the first free throw. He does at least knock down the second one. 2 missed free throws for Hardaway tonight. 1 too many. I'll give every player 1 missed free throw a night. You got 2 already, Hardaway. Knock down your free throws, brother. A little over 3 minutes to go here in the second. Holmgren crosses over, steps back, kicks it up top. They swing it around. Dort on the left wing, pump fakes, driving it down. Gets stripped by Murray, picks it back up. They try to get it down low to Hartenstein, gets knocked loose. Jokic picks it up, gets it out to Watson. Watson down the lane, kicks out to Strawther, a left wing 3. Strawther, way off on that one, well short. Kareem takes an awkward bounce. Kareem's off the side of the rim and flies out of bounds. Not a great shot for Strawther. Not a bad shot, but not a great shot either. Sons Jen said it was fairly infamous fight with the Suns, all in fun now. Oh, I remember. I know what you're talking about now. I didn't realize you were referencing the fight. I remember now. They get it over to Holmgren. Holmgren on the left wing being guarded by Watson. Gonna back him down. 2:40 to go. Back him down. Takes it out to Dort. Dort mishandles the catch, but now puts it up. Can't get it to go. Watson with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Hartenstein and Jokic getting into it on every possession now. Watson goes right through the chest of Chet Holmgren and banks it in. Tough drive and finish for Peyton Watson, who's carried the Nuggets offensively here. Aaron Wiggins crosses over to his left, goes along the baseline, throws it away as Strawther picks it off and hangs in the air just long enough to save it in the Hardaway. Smart play from Julian Strawther there. They get it up top to Jokic, being guarded by Hartenstein. Jokic hands it off to Murray. Murray in open straightaway 3. Comes up short. And a long rebound. Strawther takes it away from Holmgren, but they hit Strawther with a foul. Some more flopping from OKC here. I got to see the replay on it. There was contact. There was contact. See the replay on that. Yeah, there's contact there. There's contact there. I could see that going either way. I could see a foul. I could see a play on. And Rick Adelman calls a timeout. And they're going to use their challenge. Wow. Okay. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that challenge. I wouldn't have used my challenge there, but we got 2 minutes to go. 1:58 exactly. 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 9-point lead for the Thunder. When I feel like the Thunder have outplayed the Nuggets by a pretty large disparity all night long, I don't think the Nuggets have played a very good game. Again, Jokic with 2 points. Taking one shot. One rebound for Jokic. I don't think they played a good game at all. Murray's 4 for 9 and he had like 3 wide open looks from 3-point range. I don't think they played a very good game overall at all. You know, the Thunder are never going to be nervous, but I'd be a little bit like, ooh, I don't know about this one. Right? I think the Thunder have played a very good first half of basketball, and I think the Nuggets have played a pretty bad first half of basketball, and it's only a 9-point game. Sons Jen said, I was with my whole family watching it live and shrieked and wailed like banshees. That's funny. It's a funny image. You know, I said, come on, let's go Nugs, Jokic time. He's only taken 1 shot today. Got 2 points. Got 1 rebound. Does have 6 assists. I assume this game is over. That game is over. Suns did take the loss, I assume. Yep. 117-93 is the final score. Ref's still going over the review here. 87-69. Looks like the Cavs have blown it open against the Trailblazers. Tough East Coast trip for the Trailblazers here, who will fall to 23-27 now after rallying back to 500. 34-13-3 for Jared Allen. My goodness. As for the Magic and the Spurs, 4-point lead for the Spurs. Incidental contact. Nuggets win the challenge. Pretty sure ball will remain with the Nuggets here as they had imminent possession. Yeah. So the Nuggets get the ball back. Great challenge from Rick Adelman. Mark, what's up, Mark? Still here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. All right, here we go. Under 2 to go in the second quarter here. So the Nuggets get the ball back. Watson will inbound it. They get it into Jokic. Hands it off to Murray. Murray being guarded by Lu Dort. Jokic slips and falls. No foul call. Good screen. Murray, another wide open 3. Another miss for Jamal Murray. His 4th miss from being wide open from 3-point range. Rough night for Murray on open looks. Cason Wallace kicks it out to Lu Dort. He'll fire the 3. Jamal Murray doesn't even get a hand up, daring him to shoot. He obliges and misses. It was halfway down, but it does pop out, and Murray bringing it down the other way. He has it on the left wing, dancing with it around the Jokic screen. They show 2. Murray crosses over down the lane, kicks it inside to Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown reverse layup, can't get it to go. Good boxing out from the Thunder, and Jokic getting very, very annoyed down low. SGA tries to spin off the defense. Now driving to his left. They show a double team, stops, pump fake, steps through, kicks it out. Kenrich Williams, pump fakes. Swings it out to Dort. They run him off the line. He steps, mid-range pull-up jumper for Dort. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Peyton Watson gets a running start and then fouled by Cason Wallace. And they're in the bonus, so free throws for Peyton Watson. Peyton Watson, my goodness, Wallace. Who's Wallace? Cason Wallace. Peyton Watson gets fouled by Cason Wallace. So 2 free throws for Peyton Watson here, and he can cut it to 7. Like I said, 5-point lead by halftime I'm not mad at it if I'm the Denver Nuggets because I don't think they played a very good first half here. Jokic is 1 for 1 from the field. He's taking one shot. Not going to get it done, Jokic. Not going to get it done at all. But yet, Denver's still in it. Watson knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Joel said, I want the Magic to beat the Spurs, but it's looking like it ain't going to happen. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll probably put it up on the second monitor here. Ian Watson misses the second one. And a loose ball foul on the Thunder. And Hartenstein's going to go argue. See the replay on it. And they're holding on to each other. And that's more free throws because they're in the bonus. Hartenstein obviously very, very annoyed. Good. Jokic at the foul line for 2. Knocks down the first one. Got another one coming. Cuts it to 7. Can cut it to 6. Crazily enough, can cut it to 6. And I don't think Denver's played a good first half here. I don't think this is a good situation for the Thunder. Jokic gets both to go. Here comes SGA bringing it down. SGA up top. Being guarded by Watson. Coming to his left off the Hartenstein screen. Pull up 3 for SGA. Can't get it to go down. Battle for the rebound. Knocked it loose. Hartenstein and Jokic really battling down low. And Murray bringing it down the other way. Calling out a set. 40 seconds to go. Murray coming to his left off the Jokic screen. And an offensive foul on Jokic. Come on, Lou Dort with a huge, huge flop. Come on, refs. Lou Dort runs into the screen. And then a second later, he goes, he runs into the screen and goes, oh, excuse me. Oh, whoa. Come on, ref. And then an offensive foul? Offensive foul on SGA. I didn't even see. I was too busy mocking Lou Dort flopping like a fish. They showed here. And they hit SGA with the off-arm extension. And all SGA has is a smile, knowing he usually gets away with it, but he didn't get away with it there. So now the Denver Nuggets bringing it down the other way. 6-point game. Murray coming to his right, pocket pass to Jokic. Jokic picks it up, puts up the floater, got it to go. It's a 4-point game. 59-55 with 20 seconds to go. This should be the final shot of the quarter for the Thunder here. SGA being guarded by Watson. SGA dancing with it. Driving to his left, kicks it in the corner. Kayson Wallace, who was on fire to start the game and remained on fire as he silences the crowd with a big-time 3 there. Murray bringing it down. 7-point game. Murray leans in. Half-court heave. Off the back of the rim. Can't get it to go. It was very close on line, but just off target. So that's the end of the first half there. It's 62-55, a 7-point lead. So I said around 5, 7. Not bad. If Jokic starts to get activated here, it is going to come down to the wire here. Pretty tough physical game. Jokic getting very annoyed. See if that's a good thing or a bad thing come second half. I said, wow, Denver totally in this game with a stinky half. Pretty bad half. We'll go through it. This is known as a makeup call. Probably. Rolano said, Pistons and Knicks will meet again in the playoffs. I hope not. I hope the Pistons get eliminated way before they can meet the Knicks in the playoffs. But if they do, it's Knicks in 5. Keno Harris said, geez, Jared Allen seems to have woken up. Couldn't wake up when I'm petting. He might have just had one good night, but we'll see. We'll see if he can keep up that good play. In a very good game here today, obviously. All right, now that we are officially at halftime, let's look where both of these teams ended up here. This is the first game this season between these two teams. This is crazy to me. These two teams met in the second round. How did we not get an early... Like, this is why the really early season schedule for Oklahoma City when they were 24-1 and everybody was like, oh my goodness, can they win 75 games this year? To me, as soon as we went through it and checked out their record, it was like, oh, obviously they should be 24-1. They should probably be 24-0. With how easy their early season schedule was. They did not play competition until they eventually played the Spurs, and then they lost that game. Joel said, in your dreams? I'll tell you what's not in my dreams, brother. The fact that the Knicks already beat the Pistons in 6 games. I don't have to dream about that last year, did I? I mean, win a playoff series, then come talk to us, Jelano. Win a playoff series first. Anyway, OKC ended up beating the Nuggets just barely in the possession battle, 44-42, but both of them shot 48% from the field. 21 made shots for the Thunder to 20 for the Nuggets. 7-point game. 7 made threes for the Nuggets. 10 made threes for the Thunder. This is an above-average shooting night for the Thunder. This is an average shooting night for the Nuggets. The Nuggets, as a team, average about 40% from three-point range, whereas the Thunder average about 35%, so they're shooting above their heads right now. Now, they are getting good open looks because Denver is doubling pretty hard on SGA here tonight, so SGA is doing a good job of finding his teammates and moving it around. And Denver also came back as they got into the bonus and then got some free throws, but they missed 4 free throws here today, thanks to Hardaway missing 2. Murray missed 1. And then somebody else missed 1. I don't know. Valanciunas or something? I don't know. We can check the box scores in a second here. But 10 for 11 for the Thunder, 8 for 12 for the Nuggets. So about even in the free throw game, 11 and 12. Rebounds, 21-19, about even. Two rebound lead for the Thunder there. 9 offensive rebounds to 6 offensive rebounds. 12 assists to 12 assists. 6 steals to 8. 2 blocks to 2. 10 turnovers to 10 turnovers. So these two teams, very even so far. The Nuggets are winning the paint battle 24-18 by 6 points. Both teams have picked up 10 fouls, and the largest lead of the game was by the Thunder, 14, and they've led for 97% of the way. They got off to an early lead, and they've held it ever since, but it's now been cut in half, and it's a 7-point lead at halftime so far. Not bad. Not bad. Again, if you're the Denver Nuggets, in my opinion, you're kind of walking away from it like, not bad. Not a bad game. Not a bad first half. They didn't play their best, and yet they're in it. And I thought OKC, they played a good first half, not a great first half. And I thought OKC played a really good first half. Not a great first half, but a really good first half. Again, shooting above their heads right now from three-point range. Now, if we go through the box score, it's been a lot of SGA and a lot of Kayson Wallace knocking down his open looks. He's 3 for 5 from 3 tonight. 3 for 5 from 3 tonight, while SGA is 5 for 7 overall. He's 0 for 1 from 3. 5 for 6 from the foul line, though. 3 rebounds and 7 assists. He does have 3 turnovers. For a guy who does not turn the ball over all that much this year, he averages about 2 turnovers. He's up to 3 here. I said I thought only 12 were on the roster. Holy smokes, look at the Miami box score. 13 players scored for the Heat. I don't think I've ever seen 13 players score. I thought it was 12 for a roster. No, they made the roster. There's 15 players on the roster now. 3 two-way contract players. Three two-way contracts. So 15 players on a roster. 15 players can be on a roster. You need at least 13 players to be on a roster. You need to use at least one of your two-way contracts. As far as the Thunder, the rest of the Thunder, they got Isaiah Joe knocking down 3 threes. Aaron Wiggins knocked down a 3. 13 players scored. That's a lot. A lot of players. We can look at their box score. We can check it out. But real quick, let's look at Denver again. Jamal Murray, 1 for 7 from three-point range, where I think like 4 or 5 of those were absolutely butt-naked, wide-open, makeable shots for Jamal Murray, and he's 1 for 7. So again, they should probably have like 65 points in this half if they just shot their normal percentage from 3. Peyton Watson, 13 big old points. Jokic, only 6 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He started to rebound the heck out of the ball in the last couple of minutes there of that second quarter. He was sitting on like 1 rebound for a while. Oh, no, he only has the 1 rebound. What was I looking at? I was looking at the 4 turnovers. My goodness. He only has the 1 rebound. Never mind. He's got the 1 rebound. He does have the 6 assists. He does have 4 turnovers. He's got to pick up his rebounding. 1 rebound is not going to get it done, man. They need some help in the glass. Yoke, where are you at? Where are you at? Valanciunas, 9 big old points off the bench. Julian Strawther, 8 big old points off the bench. Bruce Brown, only 1. Hardaway Jr., only 3. But again, Hardaway Jr., 0 for 2 from 3, 0 for 4 from the floor. Valanciunas is at least 4 for 7, and he knocked down a 3. So that's a big bonus right there. Strawther, 2 for 3 from three-point range. They needed somebody to step up, and Strawther did. I might try to look to play some Zeke Naji tonight with the way Spencer Jones is playing. He's 1 for 1 from 3, but outside of that, doing a whole lot of nothing. Picking up a ton of fouls. He's actually a minus 15 out there. And the eye test holds up as well with the minus 15. I didn't think Spencer Jones was very good tonight so far at all. Jalen Pickett only played 6 minutes. I might want to lean on Jalen Pickett a little bit more, especially in the non-Murray minutes. They needed another point guard ball handler out there, and I think Pickett can provide that at least a little bit. Unless he picked up an injury I didn't see, but only 6 minutes in the first half seems weird to me. So the Spurs now up by 8 on the Magic. They're approaching the end of the third there. Cavs have broken that one open. Still an 18-point lead over the Blazers. Obviously, our Thunder Nuggets coverage going on here tonight. Let's look at this Miami Heat Bucks. I mean, they won by 134-91. Not doing the math on that. Well, 43 points they won by. A measly 43. When do you suppose New Jersey and Milwaukee will realize this is the pros? Neither team scored 80 points tonight. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Chicago not that far away. They scored 91, but 91 is somewhat respectable. But not scoring 80 is crazy. In modern-day basketball, crazy. Look at this. Ayo Dosunmu, minus 46, minus 42, minus 37, 37, 32. Somehow, Yuki Kawamura and Lachlan Ulbrich found a way to be in the positive. 11 minutes for Ulbrich and 27 minutes for Kawamura. Jeff Brown said we owed Trailblazers a butt whooping, and he gave it to him. I mean, the Knicks, the Knicks sent them into a little bit of a spiral. They were playing well until they played the Knicks. Now they are. I mean, these East Coast trips are tough. They're tough. They played New York. Now they got to go play Cleveland. Just as Cleveland is like rounding in the form and playing well. That's definitely tough. It's a very tough situation to be in. But now that we've looked at the Bulls, let's see what Kinohara was talking about with the Miami Heat. Yeah, everybody who played scored. Wow. The only guys who did not play were guys who weren't available to play in Jovic and Powell. But everybody scored. Wiggins with 14, Bam with 20, Larson with 20, Mitchell with 13, Pontecchio scored only 2, but he scored. Gardner 5, Johnson 9, Hawkes 14, Golden, Vladislav Goldin 4, Kel'el Ware 17 off the bench, Drew Smith 10, Jameer Young 2, Jaku Jonas 4. Yeah, everybody scored. Everybody scored. And most guys scored at least more than 1 bucket. Sons Jen said, I'm just happy the Knicks sent those sad Ayton coddlers away. Not a DeAndre Ayton fan, Sons Jen. Do you feel like he cost you a ring? You feel like he didn't show up in the finals enough? What's with the DeAndre Ayton hate? I mean, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I've never been a fan of DeAndre Ayton. After I learned about him, like his personality, I was like, oh yeah, he doesn't really care to be an NBA player. He's here for the money, which is fine, but you don't take that guy number 1 overall. Yeah, the Bucks scored 80? I mean, 79? 79 tonight? Yeah, that's rough. That's definitely very rough. And he's delusional. Yeah, he's pretty delusional. He tried to give himself a nickname, the Dominating. Yeah, I don't know about that nickname. Dominating, I don't know about that. The Raptors beat the Jazz. Nice bounce back game for the Raptors. What's this over here? Knicks uptaking their ice coverage. Icing a lot more. Shout out Tom Thibodeau. Mike Brown mentioned that the Knicks recently simplified some aspects of their perimeter defense, particularly an on-ball defender, knowing exactly where the help is coming from. OG Anunoby credited defensive coordinator Brendan O'Connor, shout out Brendan O'Connor, and assistant Darren Erman, a leftover from the Tom Thibodeau era, in particular, for the tactical adjustments. Knicks also forcing to the side instead of funneling in the middle. Jalen Brunson also noted the Knicks haven't been finger-pointing when things go wrong on that end and are communicating at a high level. Knicks defense has been strong during the 6-game winning streak. You love to see it. You love to see a coaching staff make an adjustment. You absolutely love to see a communicative front in your coaching staff. Absolutely. Son Jen said it's like a 97-inch tattoo across his back. Dominating, yeah. Yeah, Son Jen said I was quiet when he played for the Suns, but now that he's at Lakers, no holding back. Yeah. I get it. You know, as long I always have the same phrase. As long as they're wearing a Knicks jersey, I'm gonna find ways to root for them, right? Because there's no sense in hating on a player when your team is winning or at least trying to compete and win. Who's wearing your jersey, right? I just don't find any value in it. Like, they could make you upset. Go back to when the Knicks were losing. I was very upset. And I still am upset with, like, a Mikal Bridges, and you get on them and you criticize them and whatnot, but I'm always going to find ways to root for them. But, yeah, DeAndre Ayton definitely has the type of personality that is one of the most frustrating players to root for in the NBA. I would be surprised if he still has, like, fans in the NBA. Maybe not the best Knicks win, but arguably their most physically dominant. Anunoby played like the biggest, strongest wing on the court. The double big lineup made life hard for the Lakers offense. It did. New York controlled the glass. They eventually got to that for sure. Southern said it's sad. I mean, I get where he's coming from in the sense that he's talked about, like, you know, earlier in his career, they asked him, like, what his career goals are. And he said a second contract. And I think a lot of people were like, ooh, that's not good. And look, that's not good for your first overall pick, in which, like, your franchise's hopes and goals are resting on, obviously. But clearly he had the mentality of, like, I'm just tall and good at basketball. I don't think he has any love for the game, which is fine. This is just a job for him. But again, when you're the number one overall pick, there's a certain expectation for you. Now, unfortunately, he was the number one overall pick in a draft that had Luka Doncic after he was coming off an MVP from the EuroLeague, with the youngest MVP ever from the EuroLeague. So the Suns definitely missed on that. They should have definitely taken the young phenom from Europe that we've never seen come in as accoladed as Luka did. But that's neither here nor there. That's some xenophobia that went on there. But yeah, Ayton definitely wasn't the right pick for number one overall. Son Jen said he beat with Mikal Bridges. Yeah, that's not great. Mikal Bridges is a pretty easygoing guy. Beefing with Mikal Bridges is a pretty tough look, not gonna lie. Honestly, Mikal Bridges really only beefs with people who don't give the requisite amount of effort. So, tracks. It definitely tracks. Y'all gotta look at this. Y'all gotta look at this real quick. This is when LeBron had that big old dunk. And we talked about how, like, come on, man. Like, this wasn't anything special. Like, LeBron just went up and dunked the ball. Fast break. Got a nice open dunk. Cool. Great. All right. Reggie Miller overreacting over here. Look at my man. This was all everybody's collective reaction in America. Like, bro, relax. It's not even like that. Reggie Miller, Hall of Fame cornball, man. Get him out of here. All right, here we go. We're back into the game, by the way. Start of the quarter. Who knocked down the shot? Jokic? What was that? Knocked down to 2. All right, here we go. Now we're going to do it. SGA swings it out to Holmgren. Holmgren fires the right corner 3. Too long, can't get it to go. Murray comes up with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Murray quickly pushing the pace, putting his head down, attacking all the way to the basket. Scoop layup gets chased down, blocked by Holmgren. And now here comes SGA pushing the other way. SGA gets it over to Holmgren, back to SGA, back to Holmgren. Holmgren swings it out to Dort. Dort gets it over to Harnstein. Harnstein on the right wing. Leaves it off for SGA, coming to his right. Steps back, pump fakes, picks up his handle. Tries to get it over to Holmgren, gets knocked out of bounds by Watson. Good defensive pressure from the Nuggets there. Mark said that dude was all Knicks fans. I think he was all NBA fans in that moment. Like, bro, relax. Relax. They hand it off to Kayson Wallace, fires a 3 off the catch, and he got it to go down. Well contested. He's got the touch here tonight. He is feeling it. Lead back up to 8. Under 11 to go. Minute in. Jokic has it up top. Over the top pass to Pickett. Pickett lost the handle on the bad pass from Jokic, but he saves it. Now they get it over to Murray, and he misses yet another 3. I think Kayson Wallace has stolen all of Jamal Murray's three-point shooting ability here tonight. SGA has it up top, being guarded by Jalen Pickett. They show double team. They kick it out to Wallace. They swing it out to Dort. Dort hesitates as they run him off the line. Driving to his right, spins to his left, pump fake, fall away. Tough shot, airballs it. Jokic keeps Harnstein off the glass as he comes over trying to save it, and it's out of bounds. Ball going back to the Nuggets here. Mark said, I hate Reggie with a passion. I think he's just major cornball. Like, I didn't think it was that possible to be that uncool, that suave. So uncharismatic. It's like unnatural. Murray, a step back mid, he can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball, rebound, and a foul on Watson. Murray can't buy a basket now. Now it's all leaving him. Jeff Brown said, do you know who got higher points today? Do I know, like, in total in the NBA? I do not. I know Jared Allen dropped a 30 ball. He had like 33 or something. I know that. Sons of Jen said, when he shows up on TV, I like to sing at him. Every time you tell me something, I figure out you're lying. 38? Jared Allen at 38? Last time I looked at it, he had 33. Wow, he got up to 38. That's pretty crazy. SGA knocks down another mid-range jumper. They swing it out to Pickett. Pump fakes, driving to his right, down the lane. Leaves it off for Watson. Watson down the lane, kicks it back out to Pickett. A quick right trigger from the right corner, and he got it to go. A 3. Back. Oh, no, a long 2. I was about to say, it looked like a 2. A long 2 for Pickett. 59-67. SGA coming to his left in the mid-range. Leaves it off for Harnstein. Layup. Got it to go. Looking for a foul as well. Harnstein's still flopping around. Relax, Harnstein. Relax. You're not going to get the call, big dog. My goodness. Jokic has it on the left wing. Leans in, trying to draw the foul. He doesn't get it. Jokic trying to foul bait. Battle for the rebound. Spencer Jones steals it away from Holmgren. Gets it over to Watson. They get it back to Jokic in the post, being guarded by Holmgren. Leans in, draws the foul there. Can't get the shot to go down. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. 9 minutes to go. So Jokic at the foul line for 2. It's a 10-point deficit. Denver does not come out any better offensively. Still misfiring on open looks. Jokic misses the first free throws in and out. Popped right back out. Jokic does at least knock down the second one. 69-60. 9 minutes to go. My timer's still going. Under 9 to go here. SGA bringing it down. He has it up top. Attacking to his left, putting his head down all the way to the rim. Leaves it off to Kayson Wallace, a right wing 3. Knocked it down, another one. Kayson Wallace. What does he have tonight? My goodness. 12-point lead for the Thunder. Getting real wicked for the Nuggets if they can't wake up offensively here. 12-point lead. Jokic has it in the post, being guarded by Harnstein. They swing it up top. Peyton Watson, a straightaway 3. Got it to go. Peyton Watson responds. Keeping it close. Still 9. Here comes the Thunder, bringing it down. SGA up top. coming to his right at the Harnstein screen, driving it down, step back, mid-range fall away, another one. Got a nice friendly roll. SGA just walking himself to his spot and knocks it down. Now it's a back and forth affair, except Denver is down by 10. So SGA keeping him an arm's distance away. They hand it off to Watson. Watson coming to his right at the Jokic screen, gets to the mid-range pull-up jumper. Watson continues to carry this team right now. My goodness. On a night where Jokic and Murray can't give them anything offensively, Peyton Watson's kept them in it. He's up to 18, 7 for 11 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3. SGA up top being guarded by Jones. Multiple defenders being shown. Now they retreat back to one-on-one. Now they show the double. They kick it out to Lou Dort for an open three. He's way off on it. Now here comes Peyton Watson bringing it down. Watson crosses over, putting his head down, driving to his left. Good defense from Wallace, forcing him to kick it out to Murray. Driving to his right. Murray in the lane. Pump fake goes up. A lot of contact. Jokic picks up the loose ball out of the air and just tosses it up in the rim. And it's back down to 7. Okay. They can't seem to get it any closer than here. SGA on the left wing looking to answer. Attacking Murray off the bounce, going along the baseline, puts it up off glass, can't get it to go. I think Jokic got a piece of it, and Jokic off and running into a 3-on-2 break. Lob it over the top to Watson, spray it out. Jalen Pickett, wide open 3. Got it to go, and it's a 4-point game again, just under 7 minutes to go. Timeout OKC. And every time you think Denver's out, they pull themselves back in. Denver getting gritty down the stretch here, approaching the halfway point of this third quarter, and the first stoppage in play is a timeout for the Oklahoma City Thunder as the Nuggets cut it to 4. Wow. SJ's up to 19. Kason Wallace up to 17. All 15. 2 points coming from the foul line. 15 of his points coming from the three-point line. He's 5 for 7 from 3. He's not taking a 2. As for the Nuggets go, Jokic up to 11, 3 and 7. Murray 10 points on 4 of 15 shooting. A bad night for Murray. Bad shooting night. I think overall he's been fine. 4 boards, 5 assists, doing a little bit of everything. Having a Jalen Brunson night. We just saw Jalen Brunson have a very similar night. Jokic 11 points, 3 boards, 7 assists. Having a hard time finding open space, but still having a Jokic-esque game, doing a little bit of everything. Peyton Watson leading the way with 18, 4 and 2. A star being born down here in Denver, maybe? I mean, just getting the opportunity. Not sure you can put the toothpaste back in the tube. He might have to remain as a permanent fixture in terms of like being a 25 to 30 point, 25, 30 a minute game guy. And that's a lot. It's a lot for a team that has Christian Brown, for a team that has Aaron Gordon coming back, Cam Johnson. What do you do with Cam Johnson? Does that make him expendable at some point? With how good Peyton Watson has been playing, obviously, they would rather keep, I would assume, Peyton Watson versus keeping Cam Johnson, especially with the way Cam Johnson's played this year. So they'll move off of him at some point, maybe in the offseason, because they're going to need to carve out time and money to give to Peyton Watson here. We're under 7 in this third quarter, and it's a 4-point game. But the game that Denver has played today is pretty incredible to me. So what's leading the pack right now? Timberwolves, Grizzlies is leading the way. Oh, they're still going. I'm a moron. I thought the Cavs game was over. He's up to 38 points, 38, 16, and 4 tonight for Jared Allen. My goodness. Donovan Clingan, 8 points, 11 rebounds, 4 blocks, just getting dominated down low by Jared Allen. Jeff, what is going on with Jared Allen? Why does he have so many points? Now he's at the foul line. He can get a 40 ball here. A random Jared Allen 40-point game? How is this happening, Jeff? What is going on that he now has a 40-point game? What is Jared Allen's career high? What is Jared Allen's career high, man? Jared Allen's career high, 24 rebounds. I want points. His career high in points is 34, so he now has a career high in points. Wow. $40-point game for Jared Allen today is pretty crazy. Spurs now pulling away from the Magic. They're up by 13 halfway through the fourth there. Maybe because Mobley is out? What's up, K Hazy? 40 now, Jeff. Yeah, how is he getting to 40, Jeff? What is going on? Is it just bad Blazers defense? Are they just feeding them down low? Is it the pick and roll game? Jeff said, I don't know. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny. 40 is crazy. It's new career high. Previous career high was 34. So career night for Jared Allen with 16 rebounds as well. Is he dominating the boards? Harnstein picks up an offensive foul, by the way. Ball going back to the Blazers. Ball going back to the Nuggets here. Third foul on Harnstein. Hey, as Knicks fans, we know this story well. This man could not guard one-legged, one-eyed Joel Embiid in the playoffs, so. Peyton Watson gets the pump fake on Harnstein, draws the contact. He's going to the foul line for 2, and that's 4 fouls on Isaiah Harnstein. Get him out of there. Get that Benedict Arnold, that traitorous, ugly, I'm going too far, that traitorous, backstabbing jerk. I can go with harsher language, but I don't do it. Jeff Brown said all above. Pretty crazy. 40 ball for Jared Allen. Getting 40 ball by Jared Allen. Like if I'm Donovan Clingan and the Blazers, I don't know, man. That's a long trek back home. I don't know if they have any games left on the East Coast trip or if this is their last one, whatever the case may be. But getting 40 ball by Jared Allen's got to be tough. Sons Jen said it's always fun when our mild-mannered Chevy goes off. I hate Harnstein. As a basketball player, I'm sure he's a great guy. Everything I've seen about him makes me think he's a great guy. But sports hate is real. I hate Harnstein for what he did to my Knicks. Leaving for nothing, brother? For nothing? You couldn't give us a sign? You couldn't stay with the squad? Now you're in trade rumors. They're looking to get off your contract. Really? That's the life you wanted to live? You could have been a folk hero in New York, dog. And now you're out. Peyton Watson split the free throws, by the way, but it's back to a one-possession game, but not for long as Chet Holmgren knocks down a corner three, 77-71, approaching the halfway point here in the third quarter. And Jalen Pickett bringing it down. Get over to Murray. Murray gets it over to Jokic. Jokic spots up for a wide-open three, and he rattles it in. They're looking for you to bring them something more. Back to a single-possession game, under 6 to go, too. SGA pocket pass to Jay Will, kicks it out to Wallace. Wallace has been on fire all night. And he continues to be on fire. His 6th made 3 of the night. He's got 20. 23, my bad. He's got 23. No, he's got 20. I was right. Jokic, mid-post, dancing with it against Jay Will. Bagging him down, gets blocked by Chet Holmgren. Loose ball, Dort picks it up. And they're all pushing the other way. SGA up top. 80-74. They swing it out to Jay Will. Extra pass. Kason Wallace, another one. Don't tell me. Don't tell me it's another one for Kason Wallace. What a career night. A career night shooting for Wallace. And it's a 9-point game. Delano said he's 6'9", 27 years old. Of course, he's going to drop 40. Huh? Do you know who Jared Allen is, Delano? Son Jen said, let it all out, brother. Oh, I've let it all out multiple times. People know not to get me on my Harnstein rant. I'm just saying, look, man, he could have been the starting center of a New York Knicks basketball team that had legit title aspirations. And instead you decided to go to a team that doesn't even start you half the time. You back up Chet Holmgren, and you will never be remembered for being a part of the championship Thunder. You are the forgotten man on that team. People will, as a matter of fact, when push came to shove and they needed somebody to guard Nikola Jokic come playoff time, who did they go to? They went to their other offseason acquisition in Alex Caruso and said, nah, Harnstein, you go sit on the bench, brother. We're good. We're good. You can hang out over there. We're good. We got Alex Caruso out there. We got to have Chet Holmgren out there. So you can stick your butt on the bench over there, right? When push came to shove, they said, we're good, Harnstein. And to you, said to the Knicks that we're offering you the starting spot of a championship contending New York Knicks team and all the money they could possibly offer you, a 4-year, $72 million deal, security in the NBA. And you said, nah, let me take the 2-year deal to go play in absolute nowhere, don't want to curse, nowhere, Oklahoma, for a franchise that doesn't even value me because a year after I signed the contract, I'm already in trade rumors. But I'm the wrong one for saying you should have taken the deal. I know you're getting more per year with the Thunder, but you're getting less security because you gave them a team option instead of keeping a player option. So you really got a 2-year deal, and maybe they'll decide to pay you for a 3rd year. So after that, you're back on the market looking for a new place to live because they definitely ain't keeping your butt. Oh, by the way, you think you can't make up more money in advertising, in marketing, if you were the starting center on the New York Knicks, on a team that's competing for a championship? You think you couldn't have made up that extra $7 million difference, and that's all it took, $7 million to get you out of New York? Okay, brother. The media capital of the world. You could have been a star, brother. You could have been literally beloved. You would have never had to pay for a meal in New York ever again. Now, don't let me catch you stepping foot in New York. It's on site, Harnstein. Not really, but you know what I mean. Sons Jen said, I love basketball so much. How dare he do that to me? He effectively, Sons Jen, broke up our New York Knicks. We had to pivot. We end up with Karl-Anthony Towns. We have to trade beloved teammate Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle for Karl-Anthony Towns because Mitchell Robinson wasn't going to start the year healthy because he got injured because Joel Embiid is a dirty son of a gun, injuring him on purpose because Mitchell Robinson was locking him up in the playoffs, so he injured him on purpose. So we were without with Mitchell Robinson to start the year for the first 3 quarters of the season, and so we were effectively left without a center. We would have been starting Jericho Sims at center alongside Randall if we didn't make a move, and so they decided to make the biggest move they could, and they said, let us go get us an all-star center. Effectively broke up our team. Now we give up Randall and DiVincenzo. I hate Harnstein with a passion. With a passion. A real passion. The domino effect of it, man. Jokic has it, fires a straightaway 3, comes up short on that one. Here comes the Thunder, holding on to a 9-point lead, under 5 to go. SGA up top, dancing with it against Murray. A step back 3 for SGA, got it to go. His first made 3 of the night. Gives them a 12-point lead, starting to pull away a little bit here. Does Denver have an answer? Every time OKC's pulled away a little bit, Denver's had an answer. A foul on the floor by OKC here, getting a little too physical, off ball. Suns Gents, I have a lifelong streak of watching the Suns, except the break I took when Nash went to the Lakers. Not a bad time to take a break. I started watching the Knicks when they were an absolute dumpster fire, so being terrible has never made a difference to me. I'm here for every game. I watched every single game of the 17-win season. You know, I was there. All 82, baby. All 82. Valanciunas gets stripped down low, and now here comes OKC already with a 12-point lead, and they got numbers pushing the other way. They leave it off for SGA. Pass fake. Tried to throw a bullet pass inside. Ball got knocked out of the air, but right back to him. Now he crosses over behind the back. Foul line, pull-up jumper. Great defense from Pickett. He can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Kayson Wallace outduels Watson and Valanciunas for the rebound. Wow. Getting out hustled down 12, and then a pull-up 3 for Wiggins. Got it to go. And now here come the Thunder pulling away. A 15-point deficit. 12-0 run for the Thunder, 15-point deficit for the Nuggets. It was just 3, now it's 15. Valanciunas down the lane, gets the layup off the pass from Murray. 13-point game. Here comes SGA bringing it down. Coming to his left off a J. Will screen. Stops, swings it out to J. Will. Extra pass to Wallace. He's going to line up another one. He's feeling it. Misses that one. Whew. Denver is wiping the sweat off their brow there. Some gents said I was that mad. I get it. You trade your franchise guy to your rival? Yeah, I know. I get it. That's like if at the end of Jalen Brunson's career they trade him to the Celtics. I might vomit. If I have to watch that man in Celtic green at some point in my life. SGA draws the foul. Oh my goodness, he drew the foul in Hardaway. Flipped over the rim, got it to go. SGA going to the foul line for one more. $15-point lead. So the foul line could make it 16 again. Mark said, Aaron Wiggins out of my alma mater, University of Maryland. Aaron Wiggins, man who saved basketball. Mark says, Chevy's still so salty, and I'm here for it. my opinion will never change. He can come back to the Knicks, and my opinion won't change. He's a Benedict Arnold. He ruined everything. Now, the Knicks, thankfully, have a decently run organization, and they were able to pivot quickly off of it. But that does not mean I'm still not happy. Great cross-court pass from Murray. Bruce Brown knocks down a very much needed three. Back down to 13. Under 3 to go here. SGA driving it down as he got a lane. Gets chased down, blocked by Peyton Watson. Now here come the Nuggets pushing the other way. And a blocking foul on Lou Dort. Murray was bringing it down. Nuggets still playing hard, still hanging around. 13's not too insurmountable. Get it under 10 going into the fourth, you got a chance. Well, the Thunder have been so good offensively here today, knocking down the perimeter shots. When OKC is knocking down the perimeter shots, it feels impossible to beat them, man. It feels impossible to beat them. Murray has it up top, coming to his right, off a double screen. Pocket pass to Valanciunas in the lane. Tries to dump it off at the last second to Watson. J. Will read it all the way and comes up with the easy steal. 2:30 to go. SGA on the left wing attacking Murray. Leans in, pump fakes. Tries to step through. Tries to kick it out. Somehow find the way to get it out to Wiggins. They swing it back up top and swing it around. Back to J. Will. Back to SGA. SGA on the left wing being guarded by Murray. They show 2 again. Over to J. Will. Straight away 3. Got it to go. A back-breaking shot for Jalen Williams. Back to 16 it goes. And now it's starting to feel like OKC's going to pull away. Murray up top, tagging to his right. In the lane, crosses over to his left. Pass fake, stops, loses the hand on the ball, and gets fouled by Dort. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Blue Jam? What's up, Blue Jam? Blue Jam? What's up, Blue? How was your day? Day was fine, brother. Day was fine. In for the doubleheader, man. We are approaching 6 hours. Well, approaching 5 hours. And we'll have another half here. So 30 more minutes to go. So we'll be live for about 5.5 hours. Murray knocked down the first free throw. They're in the bonus for the final 2 minutes here. Murray knocks down both. Denver needs all the points they can get tonight. They've missed some pretty important free throws. Murray does knock down both there. He's got 12 points. He does have 8 assists. He's 4 for 15 from the field, though. Not going to get it done. He's going to have an explosive fourth quarter here. Beautiful ball movement from the Thunder. Ends up with a wide open 3 for Case on Wallace, and he misses that one. Valanciunas' big, strong rebound down low. Here comes Peyton Watson bringing it down. Watson lobs it over the top. A terrible pass. Stays in bounds, though, as it hit the backboard. And now here comes Aaron Wiggins, a 5-on-4. Hardaway does a good job hustling back, but Jay Will does not want to take the open 3. They get it back out to Wiggins, attacking Valanciunas off the bounce, and he gets the scoop layup, the left hand to go past him. And it is 97-81, still a 16-point lead for the Thunder, approaching the end. Blue said, I just like to subscribe. I'm a woman. Appreciate you, Blue. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Thank you for the subscription. Down the lane, Valanciunas gives a hard foul to SGA, knocks him to the floor. 1 minute to go. Another turnover. And this one looks like it's getting away from the Nuggets here. They go down 25. We'll end the night early, but not looking good right now. 1:08 to go. SGA at the foul line for 2. SGA knocks down the first one. Got another one coming. Put it up to 18 here. If the Thunder at any point go up by 25, we're going to call it a night. Call it a night, the next dead ball. 18 is threatening to get there. See if Denver has a little bit of a run in them here in the fourth quarter. OKC, not really the team to give up leads. I think they've only done that once this year, and that was to the Portland Trail Blazers. I believe it was an 18-point comeback in the fourth quarter. As SGA did knock down both. 18. 99-81. Here comes Bruce Brown. Brown gets it over to Valanciunas. Watson driving to his right off the handoff. Back inside the Valanciunas. Nice pump fake, and he lays it up and in. 16. Under a minute. They can get this 14. SGA up top. Guarded by Watson. Can you get a defensive stop here? Can you make this interesting? SGA driving to his left. He's got a lane, leaves it off for J. Will, who knocks down the easy floater along the baseline. 12th assist for SGA, they just said. Wow. Denver really not taking anything away from him. Peyton Watson down the lane, knocks down the floater. Still 16. Got to get one more stop here. Going to the fourth quarter down 16, not insurmountable. Oda said OKC going crazy this season. I don't know if they're going crazy. I mean, 38-11 is just like a really good team, but not a historic team. So going crazy, I don't know. Obviously the best team in the league, but SGA dancing with it. They get it over to Aaron Wiggins, an open three. Comes up short, long rebound. Bruce Brown chases it down. They got 4 minutes to go. Bruce Brown heaves it up anyway, and he comes up well short. Brother, you had some time. You had some time. You didn't have to take that shot. But it's a 16-point deficit going into the fourth. Not insurmountable, but not looking likely. Maybe if OKC goes cold from three here in this fourth quarter, it's possible for the Nuggets to crawl back into this one, but they're going to need an explosive fourth quarter from either Murray or Jokic, and probably both. A Watson fourth quarter as well. Everybody's going to have to contribute here to come back on this OKC team, and obviously the defense is going to have to lock up. Blue Jam said, you're a chef, right? I am not a chef. I don't know what makes you think I'm a chef. Is it the chef's hat? No, I'm not a chef. So the Spurs are going to walk away with a victory over the Magic, 112-103. Thunder with a 16-point lead over the Nuggets. Every other game has wrapped up. The Cavs did dominate the Blazers down the stretch. Jared Allen ends the night with 40 and 17. Milano said it's a wrap. Probably. You never know. You never know. Like I said, the Portland Trail Blazers did come back down by 18 against the Thunder earlier this year. They were the one team in the 24-1 start to the season for the Thunder. They were the one. They came back and beat the Thunder there. Clippers dominated the Suns tonight. Suns were due for a loss. They were on a hot streak there. They dropped to 30 and 20. Check out the standings again here as the night's starting to wrap up. The top six starting to round out. I feel like this is dead. The top six starting to separate themselves from the rest of the pack. Obviously, we still have like 30-ish more games to go. But Orlando now a game and a half behind the 76ers here. They're only one back in the loss column, so not out of it. But they're probably going to lose today, so now they're going to be two back in the loss column. Whereas the Knicks and the Celtics separating themselves a little bit from the rest of the pack. Obviously, the Detroit Pistons separated themselves from everybody else. Sons and Gents said appreciate the Knicks win. That didn't hurt the cause. So the Lakers dropped to where? So they're 29 and 19. The Suns dropped to 30 and 20. You needed the win today to pull ahead of the Lakers. But now you're still back in one in the loss column. This, by the way, is all I look at. Loss column. Only look at the loss column. Because at this point in the year, every team's played a different amount of games. So even though the Lakers and the Suns are tied in the games back column, it doesn't, once the games catch up to be even, they've lost one less game. So I look at the loss column. Where do we stand in the loss column? So the Suns have lost one more game than the Lakers and the Timberwolves. Suns Gen said, I know, it's annoying but correct. Yeah, so the Suns firmly in 7 right now. They have the 20 losses. I will say, though, it doesn't seem like you're in too much trouble dropping anywhere below 7, right? With Golden State now down Butler. Clippers, they're roaring back, right? Clippers picked up the victory. Oh, I guess the victory over the Suns, my bad. But the Clippers roaring back. They're hovering around 500. Portland there as well. I think your top 10 is firmly seated. But it's going to be a battle for the 5 and 6 seed here between Minnesota, Lakers, and Suns. Lakers will lose games. I wouldn't be too worried about it, Suns Gen. I wouldn't be too worried about it. Lakers are going to lose some games. All right, here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. The frauds. As you saw tonight. They come out. Thunder have the ball. Chet Holmgren will fire a 3 to start the quarter. Comes up short. Julian Strawther with the rebound. I think you're going to need somebody to step up here. Who's it going to be? Bruce Brown bringing it down. They come out with Jokic, no Murray, no Watson. He's out there with Strawther, Bruce Brown, Spencer Jones, and Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway's giving them nothing. Tim Hardaway fires a three. Can't get that one to go. They need somebody to get hot. They need somebody to get hot. And here come the Thunder bringing it down the other way. Cross-court pass up top to Holmgren. Throws it over to Joe. Back to Holmgren. Straightaway three over Jokic. Well short on that one. Bruce Brown with the rebound. Brown bringing it down the other way. Lobs it over to Jokic. Jokic high post. Foul line extended. Out to Brown. Brown puts up the three. Off the back rim. Got to knock down some of these shots. Here comes Cason Wallace, shot out of a cannon to the basket. Lefty layup. Got it to go. And the foul on Bruce Brown. That's just some really bad transition defense there. Denver again beat down the court. Bruce Brown not stopping the ball. Cason Wallace wide open lane to the rim. Tries to contest him and get a block on that end. Gets hit with a foul. And he gives up the easy lefty layup. Maybe not easy, but gives up the wide open lefty layup. Mark said, I think that's a dagger. Might be. Sungen said Clips are like 17-3 or something. Yeah, I mean, we tried. We did our thing, Sons Gen. We beat the Clippers. When they came to New York, we took them down. Oh, no, we went to L.A. and we took them down. So we did our part. We're one of those three. Knicks are one of the three. They lob it into Jokic. Wallace did miss the free throw, by the way. They get it into Jones. They swing it out. Extra pass Hardaway. Pump fake, sidestep, right corner three. Still can't knock them down, man. They're getting open looks. 3 open looks from three-point range to start the fourth quarter, and 0 for 3 to start. Holmgren driving to his right. It's the ball ripped right out of his hands, out of bounds, and it's going to go to Denver. They're getting stops. They're just not getting scores. Stops and scores, offense and defense. Only way you're going to get in. It's not just defense, not just offense. Brown gets fouled by Holmgren. Going to go to the foul line for 2. Got to get stops and scores. It's an 18-point deficit. Bruce Brown at the foul line for 2 here. Brown knocks down the first one. Got another one coming. Southern Gents said appreciate it. We managed to take a bit out of the Cavs, 76ers, and a couple others. Pistons win was nice. Cavs win was nice as well. Appreciate that one. Appreciate those. Brown knocked down both free throws. Hands it off to Isaiah Joe. Isaiah Joe kicks out to J. Will. Pump fakes, one dribble in. Kicks it back out to Joe. Joe left corner 3. The relocation comes up short. Yoke a rebound. Jokic cross-court pass to Strawther. Strawther bringing it down. Pulls it out. Has it on the right wing, dancing with it. Trying to get it to Jokic. They do get it to Jokic. He's at the foul line. Driving it down, leans in, puts up the floater. Got it to go for Jokic. 14-point deficit. It could be death by 1,000 cuts if they can slowly chip into this lead. Cason Wallace takes it out to Wiggins. Wiggins over to J. Will. J. Will attacking to his right. Picks up his handle, kicks it out to Wiggins. Wiggins up top, being guarded by Brown. Coming to his left off a Wallace screen. Jokic switched onto him. Rhythm dribble, pull up straightaway 3. Got it to go. That's a backbreaker. Backbreaker. You got a couple of stops. You couldn't get the scores you needed. And then once you finally did start to string together a couple of scores, Aaron Wiggins comes down and knocks down a rhythm dribble pull-up 3. So Jamal Murray and Peyton Watson are at the scores table. Probably looking to come in for one final major push, see if they can get back into this one. Strawther pulls it out on the right wing, gets it over to Jokic, going to look to attack, draws the foul. Mark said he's a Terp. Aaron Wiggins, man, they don't call him the man who saved basketball for nothing. He didn't get that nickname for nothing. Southern Gen said, I personally love to see it. I also love to see it. They get into Jokic. Hands it off to Murray. Swings it out to Watson. Left corner 3, quick catch and fire. There's a 3-point shot to go down. 14, no. 8:30 to go. Kason Wallace bringing it down. Coming to his right, off the Holmgren screen. Inside the Holmgren. Gets stripped, but fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Hardaway gets called for the foul. Not looking likely for Denver here. Every time they score, they can't get a stop. Every time they get a stop, they can't get a score. You got to string those two things together, man, in order to actually make a comeback here. So Chet Holmgren to the foul line for 2. Missed free throws would also be nice for a comeback. Got to have some luck on your side as well. Holmgren knocks down the first one, making sure that does not happen. Got another one coming. Holmgren goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. It's back up to 16. Peyton Watson will bring it down. And here comes Jamal Murray. Murray coming to his right. Swings it over to Jokic. Hands it back off to Murray. Coming to his left. In the lane. Leans in. Kicks it out. Wide open 3 for Bruce Brown. Sets his feet and fires. And he knocks it down. All right. Got to get a stop, though. 13-point game again. Kason Wallace and the Thunder call a timeout. 8 minutes to go. Interested to see if they decide to bring in SGA here, or if they'll lean on this Holmgren lineup. Holmgren with only 11 tonight, 3 for 9. Kason Wallace, the big explosive game, 25 and 6. Aaron Wiggins, 13 and 4. As for the Nuggets, been their trio of Jokic, Murray, and Watson, mostly led by Watson with 24, 5 and 3. Murray with only 12. He does have 10 assists. Also 5 rebounds, but only 12 for Murray, 4 for 15 from the field, 1 for 8 from three-point range. Not a good game for Jamal Murray here tonight, offensively. I think overall he's trying, he's doing well, he's making plays, he's got 10 assists. But overall, brother, they need you to score. And he's gotten good open looks. He just hasn't knocked them down tonight. Just has not had the touch. Really sucks on a night that's supposed to be celebratory, and they'll still be able to celebrate. It's just one regular season game. But, you know, getting named to your first All-Star team and then having a really miserable shooting night sucks. Nikola Jokic, 6 for 9 from the field. They're going to need some more offense from him. 16 points, 4 boards, 7 assists. Just not going to get it done. Not going to get it done. Not going to get it done. I know it's only his second game back from injury, but not a good enough performance here tonight from Jokic. Even though he's had almost a perfect game, 6 for 9 from the field. You know, not really missing shots, but 9 attempts is not going to get it done. You're going to need more. I know he's just coming back from injury. But if you're going to want to pull this comeback off, down by 13, going to have to be off the back of Jokic, Murray, and Watson. Unless somebody here can get hot like a Hardaway or a Brown. Brown knocked down a 3. That's good. But Tim Hardaway sitting at 0 for 6 from the field. Not getting it done. I'd put in Pickett over Hardaway here. I would just prefer the other ball handling and a guy who's actually knocked down a shot or 2 here tonight. What is the Celtics schedule looking like? Obviously, we know the Knicks and the Celtics are tied. They have Dallas coming up. Dallas can be tough. It's a Tuesday game. And then they have the second night of a back-to-back. Ooh, so they're at they're still in Texas. So at Dallas, at Houston on the Wednesday. Second night of a back-to-back against Houston. So that could be a loss. And they play the Knicks on February 8th. The big one. The big one. When's the next time Brooklyn and Boston and Detroit play each other? My goodness. Have they played each other? They're done playing each other this year? How many times have they played Detroit? So the last time they played them, Detroit beat them. 104-103, came down to the wire. What is that matchup? Detroit won it 3-1 this year. Dang, Boston, you couldn't even give us a couple of losses. Couldn't even take them down for a little bit. You lost the first one, 119-113. The second one, 117-114. The third one, you won the second one, 117-114. And then you lost the next two, 112, 105, 104, 103. So all 4 games really close. Unfortunately. You only won one of them. All right, here we go. SGA is indeed back in at the 8-minute mark here. Going to drive it down to the rim, gets fouled by Bruce Brown off the straight line drive. Going to go to the foul line for 2. Not a good way to start. Jen said the poll is tied. Hilarious. You know what I could do? I could literally go into my other account and break the tie right now. And go break the tie. SGA knocks down the first one. He's got another one going. We'll wait till the end of the night. And if it comes down to me, I'll put my vote in and we'll do it. He said, no, it's rigged. Listen, if it's tied, I'll put in my vote and that'll decide it, right? My vote will be the deciding vote then. SGA knocked down both free throws. 15-point game. Under 8 to go. Murray manipulating off the handoff. Jokic is out. Murray down the lane. Lefty layup. Can't get it to go. Thunder with the rebound, bringing it down. SGA coming to his left. Dancing with it. Attacking. Spinning. Kicking it out to Joe up top the door. Extra pass to Wiggins. Fires the 3. Can't get it to go. Watson comes flying in. Can't save it. Harnstein picks it up. How could you do that to me? How could you give him the open rebound? Joe misses it. Denver, a couple of nice opportunities there. Can they come down? Can they hit a shot? A 3-point shot would go a long way here. Cross-court pass to Hardaway, who can't handle it, and it goes out of bounds. Good job from SGA to jump the passing lane, make it a difficult catch. But now the ball is going to go back to the Thunder here. Nope. Here comes SGA. He has it up top. SGA attacking, spins to his right, loses the handle. Brown able to pick it up. Another turnover for SGA. Turnover stacking up for him, but obviously it's not going to mean much if, they're up by 15. Brown fires a 3, can't get it to go. Trying to get him back into this game. He's knocked down 2 threes in this quarter. Couldn't knock that one down. They're still down by 15, and we're approaching the halfway point of this fourth quarter. The Thunder have slowed this game down to a crawl. SGA is going to dance with it. Step back mid-range jumper is go-to. And, like usual, knocks it down. Nothing but net. So, again, they got a couple of stops there, but they couldn't get scores. So now that the Thunder have scored, I assume that the Nuggets are going to score here. They get it out to Spencer Jones for a straightaway 3. And right on cue, they knock down a 3. Every time they get a stop, they can't get a score. Every time they get a score, they can't get a stop. Wiggins up top. They get it over to SGA. A 14-point deficit. They swing it out to Wiggins down the lane. Scoop play with the right hand. Can't get it to go, but a foul on Jones will send him to the foul line for 2. And we're past the halfway point of this fourth quarter. Time winding down. Not looking good for Denver. Down by 14. Aaron Wiggins to the foul line for 2. Delano said, wish we still had Hardaway. Smacking everybody in the face, especially February 6th. I wish you still had Holiday too, brother. Hardaway. Yeah, I still wish you had Hardaway too, man. SGA. Holiday missed the free throw. Not Holiday. Wiggins missed the free throw. And we got a timeout from Denver. Hard. Dang it. Down by 14. 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Almost no momentum has been built. Jokic now out of the game. I wonder if he's on a little bit of a minutes restriction. His minutes and rotations tonight have been a little weird. Usually happens when you are restricted in the amount of time you can play a guy, obviously. But, the Thunder just had a really good game today. Sometimes you play good enough to win. And not that I think Denver did, but OKC, like I said, when they're knocking down their threes the way that they are, Delano said, why the Celtics trade Holiday? Because he makes $37 million and they did not want to be over the luxury tax in a year in which they didn't think they were going to be able to compete for a championship, which I still don't think they are, right? So overall, the Thunder have knocked down 19 threes. Really difficult to overcome 19 made threes from the Oklahoma City Thunder. That is an outlier of a shooting game. This season for the Thunder, probably their biggest one. I'm sure there's others, but Denver's gone toe-to-toe with them. Again, it's 14. It's not like they're getting ran out of the gym, and they're missing 3/5 of the starting lineup. But 14 made threes for the Thunder to try and keep them hanging around. But even that is a 5 3-point make differential between the two teams. So that is a 15-point differential and 14-point lead. So there's your lead right there. They've knocked down more threes. It kind of just came down to that tonight. Other than that, I would assume everything is very close. Rebounding battle 36-33. Possession battle 76-71. Thunder winning that by 5. Okay, that's a decent lead in the possession battle. Assist 22-25. Stocks, it's 15-13. Total turnovers 13-14. Fast break points 9-4. Pain points 28-34. It's only a 6-point lead. Fouls 18-17. So pretty much everything is equal or very close to equal, except for the fact that they made 5 more threes than them tonight. For a team that is middle of the road in 3-point shooting, they made 19 tonight on 44% shooting from 3-point range. And that's the game. That's been the game. Kenar said those 5 threes are exactly the deficit. Yep. Aaron Wiggins missed the first free throw, so when we come back from timeout, he'll have 1 more free throw. If he knocks it down, that's a 15-point lead. That's exactly the deficit. Everything else has been even, except for the fact that the Thunder just made more threes tonight. And again, they're not a good. They're an okay 3-point shooting team. They're average. They're an average 3-point shooting team. They shoot 35% this year, which puts them at 15. They're exactly dead in the middle. They're average. And tonight they shot 44% from 3, and they made 19 of them, which is far more than what they usually make from 3. They're also not a very high average or high volume 3-point shooting team either. I said the team that screwed up with Holiday was Milwaukee. Yeah, probably. I mean, they swung with Dame. It didn't miss. So it missed. So, sometimes you got to swing. And they swung. I will say, though, you're right about the Holiday thing, mostly because there's obviously other moves they could have made, but also Payne Watson can't knock it down. Wiggins did knock down the free throw, by the way, so here come the Thunder. But also, SGA can't get the layup. And then Hartenstein smokes a layup. You love to see it. Quick outlet to Watson. Watson to the rim. Got the layup. You could say that the Holiday trade Milwaukee made for Damian Lillard obviously ended up with Holiday going to the Boston Celtics, which pretty much secured them the championship as he was the final piece of their puzzle. So, yeah, Milwaukee handed the Celtics a championship while they were trying to build their own championship team, unwittingly, obviously. SGA draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2. The 13-point game, again, it's not insurmountable. It's not like out of the realm of possibility. They knock down 2 or 3 threes in a row, and the next thing you know, it's a game. But Denver has been incapable of stringing together stops and scores. Suns Jen said, yeah, Bucks messed it up bad. Yeah. I said Holiday wins them the chip, not Porzingis. I mean, Porzingis was a decent part of it. Obviously, it wasn't a big part of the playoff run. But, yeah, Holiday was the guy that put them over the edge, in my opinion, for sure. SGA knocked down both. Or he split them? He split them 114-100. Cason Wallace just picks the pocket of Peyton Watson to leave it off for Chet Holmgren, who gets fouled by Peyton Watson. It's going to send Holmgren to the foul line for 2. Got his pocket picked in the backcourt by Cason Wallace. It's going to send Holmgren to the foul line for 2. Son Jensen, I basically watched that man pluck the trophy out of Booker's hands. He definitely did kind of do that. Yeah. Drew Holiday, man. One of my favorite players these last couple of years. Now that he's winding down his career, I'm going to miss him in the league. Hopefully he still has a couple more years left. There's been obviously been some talk, some rumors about the Knicks really trying to acquire Holiday. I don't think they have the capability of doing so. It would cost them giving up Mikal Bridges. Not sure that's something they're willing to do right now. They can't get out for Watson for an open three. Got it to go. Holmgren did knock down both free throws, but again, they can't get stops and scores. They can't string them together. Can't be trading baskets down double figures. 13-point game. Kay Hazy said this is the best version of Chet. No, there's still more untapped potential with Chet. A step back midi for SGA got it to go. Walking him to a spot, knocking him down. I don't think this is the best version of Chet. I think there's still more untapped potential there. Jokic tried to throw a hook pass down low to Watson, gets picked off. Bad pass from Jokic. And that might do it. 4 minutes to go. SGA scores here. Driving it down, manipulating his way into the lane. They kick it out to Dort for a three. Comes up short. Jokic with the rebound. Leaves it off of Murray. Murray bringing it down. Spins off of Cason Wallace out to Watson. Watson another three. Another miss. Dort with the rebound. Tied up with Jokic. It's a jump ball. 15-point deficit with 3:42 to go. Not looking good. I can hear my voice starting to weaken as the night goes on. Chet's still young. Generally, 27 years old is your prime. Yeah, that's why I say there's still untapped potential with Chet. He can still get stronger and still get more skilled. That three-point shot is still really inconsistent. He could develop a post move or two. I said Drew's a serious player. Suns Gen said same. He's a winner. Yeah, it's hard not to like Drew Holiday's game. He's great. Great. I'm gonna miss him. He is definitely winding down his career. There are times where I tune into Blazers games and he looks old. And there are times where he looks young and good. But yeah, he's winding down his career. SGA gets it over to Dort. Dort gets it over to Holmgren. Holmgren a wide open corner three. Can't get it to go. Jokic another rebound. Jokic gets his pocket picked by SGA. Hit ahead to Wallace. Wallace gets the 2-handed slam. A career night for Cason Wallace. A timeout for the Nuggets. 17-point deficit with 3 minutes to go. And I think we're going to call it here, guys. We're going to call it here. Going to end the night a little bit early. It is getting late. It is approaching midnight. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. But this one's pretty much all but over. But the final score, 17-point deficit for the Nuggets. They have no momentum. They're not coming back into this one. 3 minutes to go. So that's going to be it. A timeout for the Denver Nuggets probably gets his guys out of the game. Maybe. I don't know. But either way, I think we're going to get up out of here. I said, yeah, Father Time's still undefeated. Still undefeated. I mean, he's deep into his match against LeBron right now, but eventually he'll win it. Eventually he'll pull it off. KZ, I know he missed a lot of time, but I want to see more. Yeah. Those New Orleans years took a lot out of him. Took a lot out of him in New Orleans. But again, that's gonna wrap up our coverage here tonight. Again, Denver's gonna go down to OKC here, down double digits most of the night. They had a couple of runs in them, but they can never pull it off. A wire-to-wire victory for OKC tonight. Obviously, we know Denver's playing extremely injured. Only Jokic's second game back. They're down 3 starters, all of the things, yada yada yada. But they put up a decent fight. End up going down double figures here to the champions, the Thunder, who are also dealing with their own set of injuries, but the deepest team in the NBA. Able to pull it off, able to survive anyway. We did this earlier in the night, but again, want to shout out all of the channel members. And then one last time, merch is on the way. I appreciate you guys. He is putting in all his bench guys, so that's going to wrap us up. Perfect. We chose the perfect time to do so. So, K Hazy, Suns Gen, Kinaharo. I don't have to vote. Oh, you guys got the 76ers Clippers as a late game? Okay. If that's what you want, can I put my vote in anyway? I put my vote in anyway for T-Wolves Grizzlies to see if I could get it back to 50%, but it didn't. So 76ers Clippers wins the poll, 51%. Okay. Doing the late game tomorrow. It is what it is. Sixers versus Clippers. See you there. Sixers versus Clippers? That game's not tomorrow, right? Sixers versus Clippers? That's a good game, but Sixers versus Clippers. What do you mean Sixers versus Clippers? Oh, yeah. Yeah. That is the best game of the night, but it just happens to be a late game. 10 p.m. start time. So we'll be live at 9:30 tomorrow night. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Get your naps in. We'll be live. I know us here on the East Coast, we cover East Coast teams. Try to cover East Coast teams most of the time, or early start time games, mostly because that's difficult. It's difficult, especially on a weekday, to stay up late. But get your naps in. We'll be live. Mark, Sons Jen, Kay Hazy, Kinahara. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me for the doubleheader all through the night. All through the night. Keeping me company. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. We're going to do it all over again tomorrow, all over again this coming week. We're on our way to the All-Star break. We got about 2 weeks remaining. Probably like 6-7 more games to go before we get to the All-Star break. Hopefully the Knicks ended on a high. They're already back, to their old Knicks form. And here we go. It's been fun. Remember to brush your teeth before bed. Stay hydrated. I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.